All right, can you check to see if we're live? It says it's rolling.
You said we roll?
Yeah, I do want to check if it's live. Go to the home.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth.
Fresh.
Minutes is already gone?
Yeah, it's 40 seconds in. It says one person's watching.
Yes, it's live.
It's live?
Yeah.
All right, Con, go ahead, bro.
Hey, Shalom. All right, really, Hebrew Israelites of the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. We want to first start by giving all the glory and infinite praises unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teaching we went upstairs Tabernacle of David. Shalom to the sincere Akim and Akwafu, sisters and brothers that sincerely believe into this truth and push this truth across four corners of the earth. All right, hey, Shalom. All right, we want to first start about going right into prophecy, man. You know, declaring the destruction of this kingdom, this wicked kingdom. All right, this sinful kingdom. All right, you get Jeremiah 23:1. Bringing down the strongholds and lies of this wicked place, man. All right, that's what we're set up to do as prophets. You know, and to warn our people from my Savior, man, Yahushua. Okay, so we can get that real quick.
Okay. This is Jeremiah 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Right, we're here. We're set up to prove all those false philosophies, all those false principalities, all those false idols. We're here to prove them wrong, man. Okay, through what? Through the Bible. Okay, because the truth is in the Bible, man. Through the scriptures. Okay, simple as that. Okay, we don't have to dibble and dab into all 1,000 books. You know, the Spirit will bear witness that this is the truth. You know, that's all it would take, man. Okay, because these lies have greatly deceived our people. All right. And it caused us to be destroyed. You know, destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. All right, you continue on.
Okay. This is Jeremiah 23, verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, that's what. Hey, the power of Israel, man. All right. The power of Israel, man. He's only for the Israelites. All right, only for our people. You continue on.
Okay. This is Jeremiah 23, verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them.
Hey, that's it right there. That remnant. Okay, that select few. It's all about that select few that's going to really understand this thing and really hold fast to it and endure it. Many are called, but few are chosen. You go into that word chosen in the Greek, eklektos. It's all about the elect, man. All right, it's all about the select few. You know, that's why we don't try to stop everybody that walk by. It's not about that, man. It's bigger than that. It's all about that remnant that's gonna be gathered across all countries. It's not just us in Atlanta. You know, this thing is bigger than us, man. You know, this thing is about a whole nation.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly. That's a great point. Quality over quantity. That's what this thing about. Everybody's, you know, and that's how those false idols and those false religions fool you people by the numbers. This thing is not about numbers, man.
Welcome everyone.
Right, welcome everyone through money, through riches, through fame. You know, that's how they get these people, man. And once you see those individuals into that, you know that's not the way. Cause you know, broad is the way, but narrow is the gate, man.
That's right.
You know, you was holding that, you might want to pull it real quick.
I'm gonna finish that up. And it says, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
Hey, this thing about bringing fruit into the fold, man. You get Matthew 9:37 real quick. It's thing about increasing the ministry of Yahushua. Not the ministry like, oh yeah, I got three brothers under me. Yeah. No, this thing is not about that, man. And once you gather the elect, the 144,000, because that's enough, it stops right there, man. Once the thing is sealed, man, and these prophets will start popping off, and that's it. You know, increasing. A lot of believers will start coming into this thing. You know, and he wants to increase as well because too much is given, much is required. You know, a lot is required from us, man. You know. All right, you got that, man.
I had a quick one for you.
Okay, come.
This is 2 Corinthians 10:3. And it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and bringeth into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach Yahushua.
And that's it right there. We bring home those strongholds, all those lies that you thought that you thought was the truth. You thought you was doing the right thing. You know, we bring home those strongholds through his obedient ones, man, the servants. You know, the ones following the laws, statutes, commandments. You know, that's rebuking this system. You know, that's what we're obligated to do, man. Okay, and it also mentioned that, you know, we here to we're not here to war after the flesh. We're trying to conquer the flesh. We're actually trying to, you know, shy away from the flesh, man. You know, shy away from the lust, the pride of life. You know, that's why it's holy, man. It's separate. We live in a separate lifestyle, man. And it takes, you know, it takes strength in Yahweh Shah to do that, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know, you go ahead. Oh, you had that Matthew real quick. Yeah,
This is Matthew chapter 9, verse 37. Then said unto his disciples, the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few.
right. Just to prove home that, drive home that point that it's quality over quantity. You know, you go ahead.
Verse 38. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers unto his harvest.
Right, that's what we're seeking for, those righteous laborers. You know, Sons of Doc Adbadi, man. Those righteous laborers, man. That's what we're seeking for. We're not seeking for the numbers. We're not seeking for the women. You know, we're seeking for those that's going to till the earth, put in the work for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and love and sincerity, being truly genuine about this thing, doing it willingly, but not by constraint, man. All right, you want to go there back to 7?
Yeah, because if I consider your point, if you work on houses, like me and this brother, we worked on houses together for a while, and we know that it don't be like 30 people in a house, man. You know, it'd be a big project, like these massive buildings. You would think, as big as they are, it'd be thousands of people working on it, but it'd probably be a crew of 100 people. You know, so the Lord don't really need, he just needs good, like you say, good quality workers.
That's
you
it.
know, hard workers, you know.
It's just like in the book of Ezra. He had Jeshua and Zerubbabel. Those were the quality workers. When you read the 4th chapter, the other people try to come and help, and they was like, nah, that's all the Lord needed.
Yeah,
Story of Gideon.
Yeah,
Yep, story of Gideon.
I think that was Ezra chapter 4, I think.
Yeah, Ezra chapter 4.
Right, get that Matthew 7 and 13.
God. This is Matthew 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Right, though, it's broad. We can go out here chasing women. You know, this thing is, it's broad as the way, man. It's easy to do those things, man. Yeah, but those easy things that you're doing right now is going to lead you to destruction. That's what we're warning you from. You know, your life is at hand right now, man. You know, even though it may seem go to work, getting a little big check, it's really getting taxed because you ain't captivity, man. You are in slavery. Okay, it's just more mental than it is physical. All right, you go ahead, continue.
And many there be which go in thereat. Verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Verse 15.
If you is gonna find it. Back to that point of what being that select few, that remnant that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is looking for, that elect. That's why we always putting forth that vibration of the elect. Cause that's what it's about. That's where he's coming. That's why he's coming back. You know, everyone plays elect, man. It'd be over with, man. You know, we'd be through. You know, you read verse 14 again.
This is Matthew 7, verse 14. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Right, that straight gate is that position of difficulty. This thing is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You know, that's the thing about it, but that's what makes it special. The reward is coming. You know, even if you may not see it right now, the reward is coming, man. You know, and the reward may be for you to be able to escape death. You know, you can't tell me that ain't a reward, man. You know, back in the world, man, me personally, I was scared as hell to die. That's what kept me away from gangs and shit. Scared to die. You know, but hey, fear, that's not the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, always worry and taking thought of the things in the future. That ain't the spirit, man. Just be content with what you got right now, what's in front of you, your daily bread.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah. This is just to your point, you know, speaking about how the Lord don't need a few good men. This is the account of when he reduced Gideon's army from a couple of thousand down to 300, if I'm not mistaken. I started verse 4. This is Judges chapter 7, verse 4. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee. And yet it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people unto the water.
So the Lord be shit testing us.
Right. He gonna try us, man. We gotta go through those experiences. You go into where experience, go through trials and tribulation, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those trials, you gotta go through them. You know, it's only for the betterment of yourself. You know, and sometimes that's the best way to learn. You know, even if it may suck, man, that's probably the best way to learn sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Getting tried.
I'm gonna start a few verses up in the second verse, because it started out with 1,000, and there was still too many. Because when there's strength in numbers, men may think that, you know, it's of their doing, you know, if they come out with victory. But the smaller the number in the victory, that gives the power and the glory to Yahweh Hashem Awashai.
Look at Xerxes in 300.
Yep. So that's why the Lord deals with few in number and a few good men, so he can show his power forth through those men. All right. A couple of 100,000 in flight. That got to be of the Lord, man. That ain't of man, you know. And that's why the Lord do these things.
And that's why he's doing it right now. Like that's why he giving us the truth. He's giving the poor of this world the truth, man. You know, because he's going to show his power through us, man. He didn't give it to those that are high and mighty right now, the celebrities of this kingdom, man. Because they're going to be shameful and least in the kingdom. Yeah. You know, because they got their reward. You know, if someone can grab that in Matthew where they have their reward.
Matthew 5, I think.
I'm going to just read it straight through. This is Judges chapter 7, verse 2. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel fault themselves against me, saying, my own hand have saved me. And that's what I was saying. Men that get caught and get proud like they did something, you know, if they outnumber,
Matthew 6.
A self-made spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They won't give reverence to the true power, man. This verse 3. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned of people 22,000, and there remained 10,000. All right, so 22,000 started out, and the fearful and the afraid left, which brought the number down to 10,000.
12,000 got sent home.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a special number right there.
Verse 4, and the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. It's still too many, 10,000. It says, bring them down into the water, and I will try them for thee there, and it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. Verse 5, so he brought down the people unto the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth up the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that bowed down upon his knees to drink, and the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. And all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites unto thy hand, and let all the other people go every man into his place. All right? Yeah, so that's the point, man. The Lord only need a few good men, that quality over quantity, like the brother said.
Yeah.
That quality over quantity, like the brother said.
Kind just like he delivered the Israelites out of the hand of the Midianites, he's going to do that again. You know, through that select few. He's going to show his power, like, hey, and he's going to show his power to those scoffers of Israel, and show his power to, of course, the other nations, man. You know, these heathen nations. Okay, y'all, because they look, they're shaking their hand at us, and it's spoke about with in Psalms chapter 44. They shake their hand at us. We're like, hey, man, these are God's chosen people. That's how they treat it. They look shameful upon us. You know, they laugh at us. They rule over us. most importantly, but they're gonna bow down, man. Through Yahweh Shem Shai. He's gonna glorify us, man.
Yeah, I got something to go exactly with what you had just read.
I got one after him too, if you don't mind too.
Yeah, quick precept. This first Maccabees 3:19. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh down from heaven.
And that's it's all from the Lord. It's not about the numbers. So we're just putting this message because these false religions and these these other philosophies will fool you by the following. It's not about that. Even though this truth has a great following, but that's through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. It wasn't always like that. And it's more to come.
Yeah, that's why Jake always wants to follow Islam or Roman Catholic. Look how big the Roman Catholic institution is, and look how many child molestations, rapists, scandals, all these things that come out of that specific organization. Same thing with Islam. Islam is a religion of murderers, man.
It's the second largest religion in the world.
Yeah, second largest religion, and one of the major culprits of destroying countries and societies, man. It's a violent religion. Violent religion. Same thing with Christianity. A lot of those wars, those Christians were murdering. Not killing. I'm talking about murdering in the name of Christianity, and they forced Jesus Christos upon major nations, man. We're not committing acts of murder, so to speak. Right. Everything that we do is through the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. Granted, if the Lord gives us the go signal, then we'll do so. But if it's not authorized by the Heavenly Father, then we don't act, man.
Right. Because our time will come for that. We understand our time will come because his fishers will be turned into hunters.
That's right.
As spoke about Jeremiah chapter 16. Our time will come. So just like the brother mentioned with the group of particularly talk about that group of Islam, they're very militant. What scripture did we just read in Corinthians? Our weapons are warfare are not carnal. Esau, he attempted us by, forget the Lord doing it, y'all do it right now. He had said that to us sometimes, hey, we don't need to do that. Hey, hands up, man. We're not coming like that. The Lord's gonna take care of us.
That's right.
And they hate that. They hate when you're more spiritual. They hate that, like, damn, because they can't break us, man. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, I have a quick one. It's Genesis chapter, just to go on the numbers, Genesis chapter 14 and 12. This is when Lot got captured. It says, and they took Lot, Abraham's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. Verse 13, and there came one that had escaped, and told Abram, the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, the brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abraham, meaning in league with one another. Verse 14, it says, and when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan.
So all you need is 300.
Yep. All you need
300 is a spiritual number.
And when you continue reading about that, it show he took down like 10 kings, something like that, 14 kings. It was because it was a big battle.
Valley of Slaughter.
Yep.
Slaughter of the kings.
He slaughtered a whole bunch of kings, but with a small number.
Right. Yeah. And that's spiritual power right there. That is. It's like with Samson with the jawbone, man. These are spiritual powers by men of the Lord. And he don't think that he's not going to do it again. He's going to do it again, man. As the saying, history repeats itself. But this time it's going to be eternal life. It's not going to be going back into captivity, man. This is our last captivity.
That's right.
Yeah. You get it, Ezra chapter 4.
If I can say this one thing too, because we built in on points of warfare to define the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, and that's really the main platform that shows the power of the Lord. In my opinion, so to speak, when you really look at it, anything like any reward of warfare shows that the Heavenly Father is with that people, man. It don't matter if a nigga buy a nice car. That don't mean the Heavenly Father's with you. Buying a nice house doesn't define. It's really the warfare, man. When the King of France and the King of England go, like, for instance, if they go to war, whoever wins that war, the Heavenly Father was on their side.
What the scripture say? The Lord judgeth the nations.
The Lord judgeth the nations. And it's all to build to a major apex to this time now. That's why you have something known as theaters of war. Where basically the main platform, which I'm gonna read. I actually had I'm not gonna be long-winded with it, but it just says when you go into theater of war. I was looking at it just a second ago. Oh, it says in warfare, a theater is an area in which important military events occur or are progressing. A theater can include the entirety of the airspace, land, and sea area that is, or that may potentially become involved in war operations.
Well, that's when you. So like you were gonna say, that's like when you ride through certain parts of the. Like you go to Kennesaw, and they had them big plates, and it'll be like, here was the battle of such and such.
Oh yeah.
And it'll have a little script underneath it and give you a description. So that would be those areas where those were major areas of war. Like remember the Titans.
Yep. And the main theater of war in these times now is going to be the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's
man.
right.
Armageddon. The scriptures speak about the main place where the Heavenly Father is going to signal His troops.
That's right.
And that word theater goes into pertaining to the Heavenly Father, the Heavenly Father's view. Yes. You know, when you look at theaters, of course, it's a major platform to watch. So the Heavenly Father is going to come down with His angels to actually get involved in this war, to basically, you know, show the defining or the deciding factor. You know, which shows which men's side that He's going to be on, which is
the Spirit is with.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get a quick precept to drive home the point with Ezekiel 38, 19.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 19. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel.
Because in that land of the Middle East, Valley of Jehoshaphat, man, he's a fire of his jealousy. How is that fire coming? Through those nuclear missiles, through the advanced technology of nuclear missiles that are being prepared right now before our eyes. These people are greatly deceived, by thinking these other nations are not going to send these missiles over here that they're preparing right now. You're greatly deceiving yourself, man. Because America's army and military has greatly deceived you. And that's really a philosophy within itself. Trusting in the economy, trusting in this system, trusting in Babylon the Great, trusting in America, trusting in Esau, And another way of trusting in Esau is if you taking it will be with you taking the RFID chip, taking the mark of the beast, So you read that precept again, Ezekiel 38:19.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 19. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel.
Right, in that day, because what? The Lord is pissed off. You got these fake Jews over there, claiming to steal our identity. That's what they're attempting to do. Trying to be like a Jew. With the Jewish. Someone acting as childish, you're acting as a child. They're trying to take on our traditions. They're not even coming out of scripture. They're not even teaching the word.
Right.
They don't know any prophecies. That's how you know the Spirit is not with them.
Call them another God name.
They don't even know the name, man. And that spiritual power within itself, man. You can Acts 4:12 real quick, as the brother mentioned. That spiritual, with us knowing the name itself, man, because it's other groups out there, on the spectrum of Hebrew Israelites that don't even know the name.
Or they may know it, but the reason they don't call it on it is because the scripts say the name is fearful unto the heathens. Hey, 2/3 act like heathens, so they heathens too.
Yeah, that's right.
There's camps out there that know the name but don't call on it.
Yeah, and it's probably the Spirit itself. The Lord probably like, hey, you don't deserve to call on the name, man. And you gotta have this spiritual discernment, this spiritual power right there too. You get that real quick.
This is Acts 4 verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
Hey, it's all about being delivered. And we're gonna have to call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord's going to hear His name, man.
That's right.
You want to hear your name. You get you at the championship game. You want to hear your name for the ring or the trophy.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on now. The Lord is Jake. The Lord is just like us, man.
Isaiah 2:17.
That's a good one. You got something?
This is Proverbs 18 verse 10. The name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe.
Hey, that's it. The righteous run into it. Those seeking the truth is going to find the name. the ones that are sincere and diligent are going to find the name, are going to run into it somehow, some way. You know, maybe through a video, maybe through a word of mouth, through a prophet. But you're going to get the name because you were what? This thing is all about is predestined. You were predestined to get the name, man. You know, this thing is so spiritual. It's no stopping the prophecies. You know, and we just brought out Ezekiel 38. These prophecies are going to come to pass, man. And it's going to be through the jealousy of the Lord. The Lord is pissed off. You know, he just gave us a spiritual ass whooping. But hey, what Esau has forward the affliction. You know, he had did a little too much. You know, over the Israelites, man. You know, his rule. You know, he had to add on a little bit to it. You know, to fill his belly, man. You know, you get that Malachi 1:4 since I see you already in the chapter.
Okay. This is Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Right, man. Babylon is falling. You know, you still see Esau trying to advance his economy. He's going to try to advance through the New World Order with the chip. He's still building these. He's still coming up with new unrighteous decrees to hold the Israelites down.
That's right.
You know, saying to Isaiah chapter 10. You know, he's still building. But what did the Lord say? Simply, the scriptures. He said he's going to throw it down. You know, and how he's going to throw it down? We got to first declare. We got Isaiah 46:10 real quick. Yeah.
Okay, finish that off. And it says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh had indignation forever.
Yeah, this thing is historical, man. He's the beginning of wickedness, man. You know, Esau, he ain't changed shit. He always hated us and he will forever hate us. You know, Ezekiel 35:5, that perpetual hatred toward Jacob.
Yeah, Esau's a nigga hater, man. They showed it the previous week, man. And these be the same individuals on the call centers and that works at your job. They try to show off, you know, friendly love to you. But Esau always had a hatred. Hell, in order to build America, you had to have hatred for the nations to build this country, man. This is you had to have a level of disdain to work people until the point of death. No type of compensation, no type of Medicare, no type of dental, vision, none of this. Just brute working. You know, no type of machinery at the time, until the point of death, man.
Then when we got out of slavery, called us lazy. Now we lazy.
Oh yeah, now we lazy.
Now we just lazy niggas.
That's how you know they wicked, man.
Hey, God damn.
You know, it's a point. You know, Jake. If Jake was in that position, yeah, Jake would work, but you know, Jake would probably feel bad for you. Like, damn, all right, let's loosen up on him a little bit.
Yeah, that's how Jake is now.
You know, they compassionate.
That's how Jake is now. You can really see Jake has lost his fight, man. Jake like, oh, it's all good, man. You know, it is what it is. You know. No, bro. Personally, you know, that first scripture, Romans 9:13, man, I was like, that's it right there. You know, the Lord loving Jacob and hate of Esau. You know, you gotta keep your hatred for this thing. You gotta keep that fire in your spirit. You know, not being overzealous or anything, but hey, that's what it is. If the Lord hates it, you know, you should hate it. You know, that's how it goes. You know, you get Isaiah 46:10.
This is Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
No, that's it right there. We got to declare these things that haven't happened yet. That's prophecy. That's the testimony of Yahweh Shah. You know, that you go into the testimony, it goes to the word witness. You're going to witness these events coming to pass. And you're going to be like, damn, you know, those men were telling the truth. You know, my cousin was telling the truth. My homeboy was telling the truth. You know, I thought he was crazy. You know, you got these directors out here putting out apocalyptic movies. You know, 'cause I guess that's a new trend now. You know, even though it's beautiful because it's spiritual, man. They have his chariots in the movies and whatnot. People, places getting destroyed, America being destroyed. You know, chaotic times. Yeah, that's what's going to truly happen, whether those directors believe it or not. That's what's going to truly happen.
But they say art depicts life, right?
Hey, that's it. Yeah, right. So, and then you know, us being Jake, we got to see images, man. We got to see these things. You know, and it's good to see it. Because that's going to be an example. You know, even though we already see it through these scripts.
Like that Foot Locker commercial.
Yeah, exactly like the Foot Locker commercial. Getting beamed up. You know, we started off the teaching on the streets right today. With the elect being that remnant.
Oh yeah.
You know, getting beamed up, that full-on commercial. Hey, somebody knows something, man.
Oh yeah.
And what they say during the commercial. Elect, You know, they had said it's slow, you had to catch it. You know, a brother had slowed down the video, man. He had to say elect, man. I don't know what else he said.
It was I remember I had put an article out through the Spirit where they're speaking about how YouTube, they got these YouTube workers that's deleting the videos and they starting to believe in all the conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah. Getting high on the dope.
Yeah, they.
Hey, real shit.
Yeah, see, so the whole thing about conspiracy theory, they like, yo, why we deleting it if it's fake any damn way? You know, if it's something that's fake or it's fiction, you got sci-fi. Sci-fi is some of the fakest shit on TV, but everybody watches it. It's not a big problem. Yeah, because it's fiction. It's something that's never gonna happen. You watch these sci-fi films and you'll see a goddamn 700-foot alligator chasing people, but they ain't never think about trying to censor them or block them out. But why you blocking what we saying? If we just saying some science fiction, some crazy some BS about aliens flying from, they produce movies off of these things, man.
Thank you.
But when we say it and go into the scriptures, because it's a problem because it's the truth, man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta be spiritual to even like realize that, man. Even though something so simple as that, you gotta be able to catch those things, catch those red flags. Like, man, why he doing that? You know, why he want these men off the streets? Because that's what you're gonna do soon. You know? Next
week they they're supposed to be doing the big chop. Well,
yeah.
matter of fact,
no, it's a couple days, December 10th. We talking about
the Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Because today's the 7th, so they're supposed to do the big chop on YouTube.
Right, man. He already been chopping. We had the main page get chopped. You know, he's already doing these choppings, man. Brothers standing on this side right now, their pages got chopped, man. You know, we are a threat to a man's existence. You know, that's why you really can't underestimate your impact in this thing, man. Right, this thing is serious. You know.
I got one for you.
Yeah, 1 Thessalonians. We get this real quick.
You got it?
Yeah, 4:16.
This is 1 Thessalonians.
Because the brother had mentioned the Foot Locker commercial real quick.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High.
Hey, because the angels are going to help us get delivered. You know, those angelic messengers, man. They're going to help us get delivered, man, out of this captivity. You know, you go ahead, T.
And the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds.
Hey, alive and remain. Remain through what? The martial law, concentration camps, you know, the slaughtering in the streets, you know, the famine, people dying of starvation. You know, you remain through all that, man. It ain't gonna be easy, but you remain. You alive right now. And what it read? It said you're gonna be being up in the clouds, being up in those chariots, man. All right.
Reread it. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Yeah, that's being what do they call it? Abducted.
Yeah, that's right.
That's an abduction.
That word abduct, when you look it up on the etymology, it means to lead away.
So I'm trying to get kidnapped.
You know? So
the Amber Alert on our ass.
The men of the Heavenly Father are going to be abducted. Oh, you know, they say alien abduction, which the word alien just means foreigners, man. Mm-hmm. You know, we're actually aliens in the society. The scriptures speak about it, how we have no continuous city. We don't belong here, man. Mm-hmm. That's why, which a good movie brothers should watch. I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers watched it. Was that District 9?
District 9.
District 9.
That's Jake, man.
Yep.
Jake was all in the hoods, eating canned foods. They had him eating cat food, which we eat the same thing now, dog food.
Yeah.
Alpo. You know, that canned food, what they call them, MREs?
Yeah.
That's the same thing as dog food.
Yep.
And they was being persecuted by the Hamites. The Hamites were trying to cut their arms and their extremities off for to gain magic. And they was basically they had the big ass UFO at the top of them. And basically the name of the game was to get delivered, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good movie. You know?
And another good movie to add to your point. Of us being like aliens was with the movie Bright on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
You know, they had us in the hood, had the orcs. We were speaking Orcish or whatever. Man, you speaking Hebrew. Yeah. You know, they said hella spiritual things throughout the movie. Go back to your laws, go back to your people, your God, your book. You know, and then at the end, you got him getting beamed up. They was all bowing down, man. Hey, that was spiritual. These other nations are going to bow down, man. You know, you want to say?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, and it says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the faces of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, and anything that you even imagine, man, it's gonna be beyond what you even imagine in your head. That's how strange it's gonna be. Hella chariots in the sky. That's a strange thing. You know, dark. It's gonna be pure darkness, man. People getting beamed up. That's strange within itself, man. It's gonna be strange for you to get survive without your death situation, man.
Hey, bro, it's gonna be strange. What is that? Job the 5th chapter, when the Lord had the beast of the field at peace with you.
Yeah.
People aren't ready for things like that. Like you see some Jake kids being on the trail with a pack of lions. Like that's
Right.
That's abnormal. That's abnormal.
That's abnormal. That's a kingdom mentality, man. You get that Jeremiah 23.
Be like some Chronicles of Narnia shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep.
This is Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Verse 6.
Yeah, that righteous branch, Yahweh shot. He's coming back to bring justice to the earth. He's gonna justify us and testify us, but he's gonna judge the earth through death, man. You know, that Mashapat, okay, and Haragim, man, through punishments and death, man. All right, that's what's gonna happen to you people. You know, you rebellious and proud, you arrogant spirits out there. You know, of our people, man. First and foremost, and these other nations that look at us as shit. You know, he's coming back, man. And we able to say this as scripture the brothers brought out with boldness, and we're gonna be able to stand bold in that day.
What did her have? That song, "The Lord is coming back."
Damn.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah, that song.
I ain't hear it. I gotta hear that word.
Oh, y'all tripping?
Yeah, we tripping.
Y'all
Never
tripping.
found it, man. Yeah. But that's it, right? You gonna continue on in verse 6.
And this Jeremiah 23, verse 6. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that they shall no more say the Lord Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah, that's not gonna be the story no more. You know, because it's a lot of children's books. You know, Edom even always say, "Oh, you know about the Israelites? There was once delivered out of Egypt. You know, by the hand through Moses. You know, hey, they're not gonna be able to say that same story no more, man. It's gonna be a new story. You continue.
Yeah. Verse 8. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Yeah, that's right.
And from all countries whether I have driven them, or I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Hey, we're gonna come back to our own land. You know, he scattered us for these countries, but he's gonna gather us back.
That's right.
He's gonna deliver us through all these countries and the north country, man. You know, he's gonna bring us back, man. It's all about being delivered, and he's gonna do it again as he did it in Egypt. You know,
that's right.
You know, you can read that one more time.
The diaspora,
you gotta bring that back.
Yeah, the diaspora happened with slave ships, like the brother said. We're gonna get out of here in chariots.
Yeah, that's right.
This is Jeremiah 23, verse 8. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Right.
And from all countries, whether I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Hey, man, we bringing this up, man. We close, man. Our salvation is nearer than we believe.
That's right.
We comfort each other with these words. These scriptures are comforting, you know. And we're going to declare before it's going to happen. We're going to declare it, man. We're going to say it. You know, it's not going to come through us. It's going to come through the Lord, man. All right.
That's right.
You know. Hey, so with that, man, I'm gonna let another brother burn in the spirit.
That's right.
All right. Hey, shots fired.
Yeah, we living in those times, man. We got to line it up. Get 2nd Ezra 6:28. Yeah, because just like the brother said, man, we living in them times, man. This is a high time of prophecy. Major events are happening every single day. You know, it was a time where you'll wait, you know, time and time, you know, sporadically, you will see like many little events happening here and there. Now it's so much stuff you can't even keep up with all of it, man. Whether it's in the tech world, it's some big things that's popping off as far as microchipping, as far as merging man with machinery, taking the AI to a whole nother format, in the science world. You know, they just had this thing with the monkey. What was it? Pig.
Monkey pig.
what certain genes edited in
monkey
it.
embryo.
Monkey embryo.
They recreated a Triceratops. Not Triceratops.
Rhino?
T-Rex.
T-Rex.
T-Rex through the chicken egg, because the same shit they did in Jurassic Park. That just happened too.
Hell yeah.
And then on a global scale, the economics riots all over the place.
Yep.
You know, you see riots all over everywhere. You know, South America, Europe, Africa, the Asiatic lands, China, Hong Kong. You know, all these different places. It's you know, economic turmoil. You know, with that 6G. 5G, excuse me.
6G, we all be dead.
I'm about to say 6G. I hope it don't get to that point.
6G is the nuclear missile.
6G is you entering into the internet.
Hell yeah, it's gonna be inside.
You Ralph Rex the internet at that point.
Charm.
Yeah, 5G is on the horizon. You know, that's a major thing of setting up those different poles all over the place and introducing a whole new format. You know, these
Ready
smart
Player
cities
One
and things of that nature. You know, so we're in them times, man. The list goes on and on. We could just sit around and go into prophecies that's coming to pass on a small level.
Yeah, through the Spirit, Lord willing, next year I want to try to jot down something that happens major every day.
Yeah,
because it's like you
and
get to the end of the year and you be like, damn, you just so many things just go by. You know?
All those things, yeah, that would be a beautiful thing. Just doing it and like doing like monthly compilations, January compilations, February. You know, Jason A. Hawkey Davis channel. They speak on those prophecies and it's good. And we ain't even going into natural disasters that's going on all over the place.
Oh yeah, the earthquakes.
Everywhere on fire.
Yep.
Australia.
Amazon. You know, what's that? Africa. They said that there was a video of Africa being on fire too. But we're gonna jump straight into it.
All right, the 2 Ezra 6:28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome.
Yeah, and there was a time where faith wasn't planted fully on the earth. People didn't believe truly in the word of Yahweh Shema Shah, you know, in the volume that they do now. Because it starts off with the name. It starts off with understanding you're an Israelite and publishing this word publicly. You know, starting off with our elders. Our elder, which is Elder Abba Business. You know, hitting the streets. King Mashar, Elder Yaquab, Elder Ariyah, them actually going to the highways and the byways and presenting this word publicly to the masses, whether they liked it or not, man. You know, so that was the planning and that was the seeding of it, and then it budded, because the flourishing steps of like a flower is kind of somewhat the mid to latter ranges, man. First, it has to get embedded in the earth and it has to germinate. You know, then in due time,
the vegetation stage.
The vegetation
then the
stage.
Flower.
Yep, and then that's when you start to see the beauty of it. That's when you see the flower actually showing its full definition, flourishing.
That's right, brother.
Keep going.
It says, as for faith, it shall flourish.
So this is the beautiful times, man. This is the beauty of faith. All right, from what we said, we see in the finish line, man. We see the end time of America. We see that America is on an extreme decline, you know, and we see the incline of this truth. You know, brothers is waking up, like we said, all kind of movies, and whether it's commercials, ads, and things like that. You watch advertisements and it's pertaining to the truth. You're like, God damn, man.
Yes.
They just biting at this point, you know. And then you see these individuals trying to yank us off of these major platforms, showing that our words have value.
That's right.
You see? So continue.
It says, corruption shall be overcome.
Corruption shall be overcome. And the most corruptible things is these bodies. And us actually being on the highways and byways, starting off with our apostles in these sick conditions and the spirit of you know, lowliness, so to speak, in our lowest degree, that's power in itself. That's us overcoming corruption. And really this society too. Because nobody was ever able to beat Esau. You know, this is a rigged game.
Yes.
You know, everything, all the pieces are rigged to fit Esau's interests. Esau, you know, he boasts about his military. He boasts about how he has surveillance all over the place. He boasts on all things in this society. That's why they call it, you know, basically America, the home of the free, land of the brave. You know, they have high pride, but through the Spirit, we're overcoming this place, man. We're shooting the eagle down. Continue.
It says, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Yeah, so it was a span of time. It was a span of time where the truth was without fruit. So that tree even though it was always, it was always here. The Bible has always been here since the beginning. It was a time where these breakdowns wasn't really fully revealed, and that was even during the time of Constantine. The Holy Roman Empire leading all the way up. The Dark Ages. You had Jake all throughout Europe and things of that nature. Spanning forward, to the 20s, the 30s, the 1800s, all these time spans, the truth wasn't fully being magnified, man. You had individuals that had an inclination, they had divine inclinations. Nat Turner, I think, was it Denmark, BC? They were going to certain, I would say, context of the scriptures, and they had an idea that we were the people of the book. Even slaves in their Negro spirituals, they believed that we were Israelites, or we had a strong relation to Israelites, but they couldn't pinpoint.
It wasn't proclaimed.
Yeah, it wasn't proclaimed. They couldn't pinpoint prophecy. They couldn't go into Genesis 49. They couldn't break down the 12 tribes of Israel.
The scriptures say, after 2 days, I shall raise you up.
Yeah.
Because that was, like you said, really Yahweh Shai's, ministry, ended at 33 A.D. I think the last, John the Revelator lived to be like 96 A.D. So that's really more closer to BC time than it is, our time now. So roughly 2 millenniums went by. The word was not fruitful.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why it was speaking about Yahweh Shai loosing the 7 seals. The seals represents the understanding. And that understanding was shut up. In Matthew 25, the virgins had to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And it speaks about in Thessalonians. You can hold that, matter of fact, we'll get that Matthew 25.
I got a precept to hold too.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. All right, cut. This is Habakkuk.
What's that?
Habakkuk 2:2. And it says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that we may run that readeth it.
Yep.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Yeah, so it was a time that the vision was there, but it wasn't as extremely vivid as it is now. It's clear and plain as day now, man. That's right. Just like you might have a vision at night. You might be in sleep, what they call it, the REM stages of it, when you're in your bed, and you might wake up and you don't even remember it. Like, damn, I had a heavy dream, but
You don't remember it.
I don't remember it. And then you have certain dreams that's like, man, I remember step by step. You was in the dream. You was in the dream. It was Esau. He was 6 foot. He had goddamn military boots on. He had camouflage.
You can feel. You can feel.
It was
76 degrees outside.
It was a warm day.
And I ate an apple.
Yeah, it was a murky. Yep. I ate an apple.
I woke up full.
Chewing
up. I don't wake up chewing.
So that's how vivid is getting, man.
Yeah.
It's vivid in the times like, man, you can't even deny prophecy at this point. Like the elder brother, the Bishop of Tottenham was saying, like, man, if you fall out in these times, the truth wasn't for you, man. You can't even make an excuse why you fell out. You could just say, at this point, you just got to be like, man, not even belief, because it's coming to the point. It's not even just predicated upon belief. It's starting to become more and more vivid to the point that this is just a fact, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you in the truth.
Yeah, we see the chip.
Yeah.
We see the prophecies. It's not even that the prophecies is slow to come to pass. We see them in full effect, pending, man.
Buffering.
It just has to get to the full apex of it. It's some more on that.
Yes, come. It says, though it tarry, wait for it.
Yep, though it tarry, wait for it. That's the spirit of being patient. You have to suffer through it. Like we said, last year we were speaking about Arkansas making the chip mandatory to employees. This year, the year of Corona, it's all kind of chip talk, man.
Hell yeah.
Different countries, different companies.
Elon Musk.
America. Elon Musk.
Yep.
All these individuals are speaking about AI technology, and we see where AI is heading towards, man.
If I may say, that's why Google, if you read the follow-up on that article, you said the 10,000 employees, I think they said the CEO wants to get rid of those employees and employ AI.
See?
So that's going into, like you say, that new world order, that one government, that ruling through connecting you to the system, and the chip is a major point. It's going to automatically tie you into the algorithm.
Yep.
You're going to be part of it through your chip.
Yep.
And it's
that's
easy.
The Internet of Things.
The Internet of Things.
And
To what?
and you're going to be one of those things connected to the internet.
That's right.
Because RFID technology, and the RFID technology is not just the chip. You know, people are already using it. We already use it. It's in our phones. It's in our TVs.
Cell phones.
You know what I'm saying?
Chips, cards.
Cars.
Yep.
You know, it's once they get the infrastructure set up, then it's just a matter of connecting you to the system, like the Matrix, basically.
That's it.
But the chip is the connection. You know.
That's right. Some on that.
Okay, last sentence. And it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
See, it will surely come. It will not tarry. So even though it seems like a waiting game, everything is working. The angels is working, you know, from an aerial plane. You know, the scriptures speak about how the Most High works on man's thoughts in the book of Job.
Yep.
You know, as they wake up, and that's everybody. Like I said before, these scientists that's coming up with these left-hand demonic accomplishments, that's from the Heavenly Father, man. The Heavenly Father's pushing the brains, man.
Inspiration.
He's pushing the inspiration, which the word inspiration means to put the spirit within. He's pushing forth capabilities. As time is progressing, everything is advancing, man. Next year, the technology that we have in our pocket is gonna be something that's
not gonna work no
It's gonna
more.
be, it's gonna be primitive.
It's gonna be primitive. It's getting to that point where they just said spoke
What
about
is that,
how
quantum something? Where they changed every 6
Quantum
months to a
leaps?
year?
Quantum leaps.
Like Netflix. If you got certain devices, you can't even use Netflix after what? In a few days.
in a few days.
Right.
And you might
On the
have
old
a
devices.
phone that just came out 2014. 2014 technology is like, that shit is prehistoric in these days.
This shit's prehistoric, man.
Yeah, like, oh,
Try to
man.
sell a 2014 cell phone. Yeah, most people ain't gonna want to buy that shit. You know?
That's the equivalent of like buying a PS1 today.
Yeah, like
Right.
PS1 and PS2.
Yep.
And if you actually look at the graphics of a lot of these video games like the PS3, that's becoming old now. PS3, Xbox 360, the graphics still look good,
They do.
But it's not that
It's
that new
not.
shit.
but it's not the new though. So that's the times that we live in. It's a whole new wave, man. And those the dynamics of living is building and is tailoring everybody to get desensitized for the chip too. You got
If I may say, like they do it in a macro way. Just one thing I thought about just now is, you know, Apple. I forgot what brother I was talking to. I think they're gonna be a big
Hell yeah.
corporate to the chip because everybody likes Apple. Everybody wants an Apple product. But you notice every time they come out with a new Apple product, it's a new charger.
it is
So you can't use the old charger. So you have to get a new phone. You know, it's a certain type of charger you have to get to fast charge. In order to get that, you gotta get the new phone. It's the same thing that goes on with the MacBooks and the iPads and the whatnot.
Well,
it's just little mini things.
Apple's first phone, or first computer, I should say, was priced at $666, which is the number that goes into that mark. So the Apple's gonna have a major point, like going into the bite of the apple. You know, it's very the symbolism.
The symbolic is very deep.
They gonna
Well,
push
Apple
that
got
shit.
this Apple Card.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
thinking.
Apple
I
Card.
did a
The
video
Apple
on
Card
that.
is basically the RFID chip without it being in you.
That's right.
And that's like, you know, because even the
video
U.S.
on
government is talking about moving to the e-dollar, along with other governments. China, okay, other governments are talking about developing their own governmental digital currency. It's not just Bitcoin and mining for Bitcoin on your own personal accord. No, the government's taking over, and then once the government's taking over the actual digital currency, it's digital already anyway.
Yeah,
But once it's established,
solidified.
you know, that's when you're going to really start to see Revelation 13, 15, 16 on down really come into play. Because the government has to cause you to do it. It has to be a mandatory thing.
That's right.
So what the hell is Mar Ward talking about that money's not gonna be
Right.
a cashless society is a myth, man. Like that is idiotic. Because we're living like the priest said, that quantum leap. And Rockface went with us to the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, he knows.
He went with us.
He was
Like
there.
he was there, like literally.
Is it with
We
the money
saw
out there?
billions of dollars shredded They're tired of the inflation, the deflation. They're going to get rid of the whole currency altogether and start new because that's Esau. He's the devil.
He's going to break this whole city down.
He's the type to destroy something and act like he ain't do it.
Yeah.
Throw rocks and hide his hand.
Well, you can save money.
Jacob say something like, well, you think Esau would actually destroy cities to rebuild? What was that? Emperor Nero burned down the third of Rome.
Yeah,
blame
right.
the Jews.
The cracker that went through
get into it.
the South. Burned the South.
Oh, yeah. Esau's done it plenty of times, and history repeats itself. You got that?
This is Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah, see that? It said, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So we're in the age of information, where information is always flowing. You always have notifications. See, back in the day, the labor of information was extremely strenuous, man. In order to be a lawyer or a doctor or things of that nature, of course you would have to go to these college universities and things of that nature. Or an entrepreneur, you would have to sit down and read these different books. You would have to go to the library. You would actually have to toil and labor, buy books, order books, have a bag full of books, taking them home. You have to return them and get your, actually basically renew your returns to actually read the books longer. Then, you have to do so much things in order to actually get to a certain point of information.
That's right.
But nowadays, everything is just constant notifications always being dropped in your email. Constant notifications being dropped in your phone.
If I may, because that goes into the chip too, that information. Because I think Google was saying once you get this implant, information is going to be it's going to be instantaneous. We're not going to need to read. If you have that chip, if you have that you connected to it, literally the blink of an eye is going to remember. You're going to be able to Google search in your own head the answer to everything. Like it's going to revolutionize how we learn, or not us, but in the senses of the world. Because like you were saying, if Georgia State, which is down the street, Georgia State Library is big as hell.
Oh yeah.
Georgia State Library might be the size of half this building. So imagine going into a building like this and having to literally, I need to find this one specific book. Man, you gotta do that shit no more.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's an ancient way of dealing with information.
And so many people are gonna flock towards the chip.
Crazy.
They don't give a hell if it's the mark of the beast. When the mark of the beast comes out, you can have a building that says, "Come take the mark of the beast," and people will still come, man. They had a poll of they were speaking about the RFID chip and all the capabilities and the perks that come with it, the technological advancements, and a lot of people still said that they're willing to take it, man. Due to the fact that, like you said, all the perks that come with it. If you are able to upload or download information at the drop of a dime into your brain, with just a chip purchase, a lot of people don't study nowadays. The layout of reading is getting less and less. Most people can't even retain information. Most people can't just sit down. They have shorter attention spans because technology. It's so hard to just sit down and read, So that's the times that we're living in. It's a moment.
That was it on that.
Read that over.
This is Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
And we're in the time of the end. And we see that this is the end. Like I said before, for the fact alone that people don't even have the capabilities to read.
Yep.
You have millionaires that don't know how to read, man.
Floyd.
But I just heard about it. I said, this nigga don't know how to read.
Nigga been writing hits for the last 30 years, man. The fuck you don't know how to read?
How the hell is you living without but people don't need to read in these days now, man, because we're in the end times, man. Back then, in order to be someone special, you would have to know whether you was I would say pianist, somebody that was a composer or a philosopher. You was anybody that was a king or a duke, somebody in some type of nobility. Your job was centered around reading. Your job was centered around whether you was a note reader, like I said, if you was a composer or something of that effect. If you was a philosopher, you would have to read about the ancient sages or your predecessors that was before you. Like I said, in literature, You know, dealing with if you was a king, you would have to learn different languages. You would have to actually sit down and study.
Yeah.
You know, that's why those individuals, when you watch those period pieces, they were extremely sharp, man. Like, God damn, man. They always had a witty response.
Yep.
Their exchanges were very, like I said, noble.
Diplomatic.
Yeah, very diplomatic. Mm-hmm. They knew what to say, when to say it, how to say it. Mm-hmm. You know, they were very, very poised. Mm-hmm. And that took time. That took diligence, because even when you read, they had tutors and things of that nature. Because even when you read, you're sending electrical signals in your brain. Mm-hmm. But see, that was the natural format of information. Now everything is artificially based, artificially programmed. Reading from a book is way different from reading from a cell phone.
Hell yeah.
You know? But people don't see that in these days now. And like I said, all these things around us is pushing us towards a certain direction. You know, like it says, how Israel is being led as sheep to the slaughter. You know, you're being pushed, but you don't see it. You know, just like I said, they're pushing certain technology just out. You can't use the cell phone. You can't use this type of TV no more. You can't use this no more. You can't use this no more. If you had something that was 2005 or below, basically you got to trash it. Now, what are they doing with all this junk? There's more and more garbage that's constantly being piled up in the society, which is further destroying the world as we know it. Man.
I don't know if y'all remember, it was I believe it was when Obama first came in office, right? But it was a big thing. But basically, when the whole country went from analog to digital, like you had to move to digital. Mm-hmm. The whole normal cable box, auxiliary, and all of that, you had to move to digital. And the same thing is going to happen with the switch over to, 5G, because basically now you got to have a smart TV. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's to a point where you don't need cable. You're just going to use the apps.
Mm-hmm. Stream everything.
You know, and just stream everything from the cloud.
Right. You know? These cars. Every year they release an email to all Uber and Lyft drivers. Like, let's just say, I don't know the year. Let's just say you got a 2008, right? Every year, if your car is less than X amount of years old, they won't allow you to pick up people from the airport. Like, you could take somebody to the airport, but because your car doesn't meet the age requirement, you can't pick nobody else up. So they're kind of getting it where every year, if your car is at a 2009, like, drink it. If you don't reach this part, you got to get rid of it.
See? You got
Yep, I got
it's starting to attack your pockets.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all. Okay, I'll start up.
So like we said, we're speaking about the beast system. This isn't just going on in the United States of America, man. You have some countries that's worse than this, man.
Already beast up.
That's all.
You have the countries of Estonia. They're into they're kind of gonna call it Estonia because they're basically like their country's basically under surveillance. They're about one rank away from just implementing the chip there, man, because it's so digital there and everything is so. They got rid of the old way of doing things that it's just so far advanced, and other countries are like that as well. But that's like breaking grounds.
So is that country that changed its name? They wanted to change the name or something? It was one of the countries they wanted to change the name, and then because they wanted to be more, independent or something like that. I don't know if that was the story, but it was one of the European countries. But I'm gonna read the scripture. So like, this is Revelation 13, and I started 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon."
Yep. With that Esau system right there, because they said he spake as a lamb. He spake as a lamb, but he had horns as a dragon.
They say he had horns as a lamb and spake as a dragon.
He had horns as a lamb and spake as a dragon. The lamb represents innocence, and basically it has a very low profile type of persona. You know, when you see
peaceful.
When you see the outward appearance is very peaceful.
Yeah.
When you see a lamb, like we went to Stone Mountain, it was a couple of lambs. First thing you want to do, you want to walk up to the lamb, okay,
yeah.
goddamn lamb,
Goddamn lamb.
No, we eat you at the Passover. So you want to walk up to him and be better. But that's how it is with this system. It makes it seem like you are accepted, but the closer you get, you're like, oh shit, this is a goddamn dragon, man. You know,
like Maze Runner. Wicked is good.
Wicked is good. And a lot of people from other countries, they come to America and then they get caught up in the system. They can't even leave, man.
Yeah.
They subject to the taxes here, which the taxes is high as hell here, man.
Yeah.
They subject to the laws. It's basically a binding web. That's why so many people they haven't been out the city. There's a lot of people that haven't been outside of Atlanta, man. A lot of people that hasn't been outside of Georgia, not because they don't want to, but a lot of people they don't have the ability to get out, man. The price of living is becoming so goddamn high, and they doing that on purpose. They making the price of living so high that you could hardly even leave your cities nowadays, man. Leaving your city you be like, man, I'm taking a trip. Where you going? South Georgia. That ain't no goddamn trip, man.
Go see my grandma in the country.
Yeah, but go see my people in the country. You know, most Jakes, the furthest they get to is Florida. Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina. If you're in California, you know, you might go to different parts of California, which the price of living there is high as shit too.
Shit, you
might go to Colorado, might go to Vegas, but that's it.
You ain't coming to over here.
You live in Decatur and think about going to Swanee. That's life decisions right there.
What?
Shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
If I go up there today, I'm gonna have to spend the night.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I took somebody to Jonesboro and was like, man,
damn.
I ain't even driving no more.
Hell nah,
All the way down south. That's far.
Stop it.
Yep.
That's a trip.
That don't life decision, man.
Not to mention this traffic. Like I remember I posted the other day to y'all bros. My job 12 to 14 miles away from where I live. It took me 2 hours to get home. I left at 4:30, didn't get home till 6:15. Yeah, I'm like, it's life decisions.
Yeah, man.
There's a reason why no one wants to move around.
That's why the society is a spider web, man. And just like you said, it's the reason why people don't want to move around. Because it's at the point where people just want to stay in the house nowadays. Man. You just want to stay in the house. You want to surf online. Man. You don't want to travel. Man, what's the point of traveling to fucking Europe when I can just travel on my phone? Let me just look up how Europe look. Let me take a world tour. You know, it's only gonna take me goddamn 2 hours. Let me just watch a 2-hour documentary. All I'm good, man. I can save my money. I ain't gotta goddamn go on my way.
Leave the house.
Be lying. You ever been out the country? Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you like, yeah, plenty of time. And you can name it. You be naming the streets and all the
famous. You know, Max is in Philly. They nigga ain't never been there, but know all the restaurants and clubs. Hell yeah.
Man, that's how the system gets you, man.
And you said leaving home. Shit, man, my rib had the groceries delivered to the house today, man.
Oh wow.
I like, man, we had the end.
They do that.
Oh,
Hold that. Ezekiel.
Is it?
Gonna go back.
Target came to the house.
Man.
God damn.
This is Ezekiel 7:6. And end is come. The end is come.
The end is come. This is the end.
Hey, that's a good
The
precept.
ending of the movie. You know, we got through the body of it. We know the beginning of the story.
To the climax.
To the climax. We're in the end now. And the end the end of the movies is the juiciest part, man.
Yep.
You know, where you be on the edge of your seat. You know, everything is anticipated. You know, it's still a couple more clips. It's like the middle climactic point.
It's like the fallen. It's called the fallen something.
Like the clip, I think.
Story. It's like the fallen resolution. And that's where we're getting at. We're coming to the end, and we get the point of the society that reaches peak. Now we're at like the fallen resolution of the story until we get to the final conclusion.
Because America already had its prime. America's not in its prime no more.
Hell no.
You know, if America was a boxer, being in goddamn his 50s, what's that, B-Hop?
Hell yeah.
Lost the prime. America had its prime, you know,
Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, the Roy 20s and things of that nature, or Roy Jones, yep. You know, where basically you could take a couple dollars and you could go to the store and you shopping like a woman. When you was middle class was being seen to some people as being filthy rich. You know, poor wasn't even that bad back then. Man. If you was poor, you could actually, you know, get around and actually handle certain business.
We had less bills.
Less bills. As far as the workforce goes, you know, you didn't have to work 60, 70 hours to just have a couple dollars just for rent. Nowadays, making $600, $700, $800 a week, that shit is like making $300, $400, man. You ask somebody making $700 a week, you know, are they living straight off life? A lot of them are in debt, man. Making $50,000, $60,000 a year, that ain't shit no more, man. $50,000, $60,000 a year is the new 30, 40. Look at it. You can look at I think it's not annual. It's like an annual calculator, but it calculates how much $100,000 would be. Like if you have $2.5 million in today's time, I think back in the early 1900s, that's only $100,000. You can actually look it up. So if somebody had $100,000 in the 18 or the 1900s, they basically have today. They had back then what people would have now, 2.5 million, man. And if you gotta think about it now. If you buying a house for $300,000, $400,000, you know, to that extent, that's basically like damn near paying $1 million for a house, man.
In the early 90s,
It's some.
I gonna say in the early 90s, like welfare, or like not welfare, minimum wage was like $3.
Mm-hmm.
Like $3 an hour, $4 or $5 an hour. And Jake was living.
Jake was living.
It sounds crazy to us, but it's like, damn, how the fuck was you getting paid $4 or $5 an hour? Your checks couldn't have been no more than $150, $200 a week. But that $200 went far.
Right,
It had
'cause
more
every 2
power,
weeks-
spending power.
Because every 2 weeks you're getting a $400 check. That shit's stretching. I was gonna say, because like back in that time, you know, with a little job at at like a boutique or like a little coffee shop, you could pay for your college.
Yeah,
You're
that's
basically
true.
just paying for your your books. Books probably like $50 to $100, and then I think when I did the math, maybe about $1,000 can get you through. I think maybe like $1,000 to $5,000 can get you through college a year.
Yeah.
For the year.
That's why the boomers don't have student loan debt.
Because they paid it. They
Right,
paid it as they go.
They worked the summer. They worked the summer job and was able to pay a whole year's worth of college tuition.
Yeah, now majority of the people that actually go to college, they can't even pay for it. The doctors, lawyers, they be having a lot of them be having $1 million worth of debt, man.
Yes.
Because we in the times of the end. You go get back into that.
So Daniel 7:6. And end is come.
Ezekiel 7:6.
Ezekiel 7:6. And end is come. The end is come.
The end is come. See?
It says, "It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come."
Behold. The word behold means to look upon. Look upon it. We in the end.
Can't see it.
Like you can't see it. Can't see the price of gas, the price of living. You know, the price of even getting from city to city. You know,
Parking.
the parking. That's why they call it what? Generation what we in? Generation Z. You know, we at the end. What gets past Generation Z?
Z2.
Yeah, they ain't gonna know Z2.
AA. Started over.
You can't start over because we in the end. And you see, this generation of children is the lowest generation of all time, man. They speak about how Generation Z, they're addicted to opioids. They're extremely antisocial.
Sickly.
They're extremely sickly. They're like I said, they're depressed. They don't want to come out the house, and they just want to be on cell phones and technology all day, man. They just hop from one device to the next, one movie to video games, back to movies, to shows. You know, that's what their life is centered and based around, man. They don't develop any soft skills. They don't develop any type of natural skills, natural abilities, as far as fishing, as far as trying to learn how to farm, hunting and things of that nature. They just stuck where they at. You know, they just stuck in the tech world. They know how to hunt on video games.
Yeah, Minecraft.
They be
Minecraft.
they be fucking animals on these video games, these Call of Duty games.
Fortnite.
They be super snipers. But in real life, they don't know how to use a gun.
Yep.
You know.
Blow their arm off.
Yeah, they're damn near blow their arm off.
Afraid of it.
Yeah, not saying that we some goddamn military trained men, but we just going into the reality of the times that we're living in now, compared to the times back then. See, back then, a man, defining a man would know how to hunt, You know, if he wasn't just a natural hunter, he would know how to fish. He would know how to garden.
Fight.
He would know how to fight. He would have some type of skill about himself. He would know. More than one language. You know, those things would have to be instilled in men. They would know how to, like you said, labor with their hands. They would know how to cook. You know, they would know how to clean, take care of themselves.
Travel. You gotta read maps. That's a dead art. Reading maps.
That's a skill in itself.
Yeah.
But see, nowadays, what makes you a man is just how much money you possess. And if you have a nice car, oh, that's a man right there. You know, you got a nice suit that he just bought from goddamn Macy's or something.
Yeah, niggas think they men. They're men. A nigga would think he's a man because he just paid bills, man.
You got a clip on the towel. That's a man right there. See?
That's a man's man.
That's a man's man. Well, he opened the door for that woman. Oh, that's a gentleman right there.
Well, now they call being a man toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
They call it being toxic masculinity.
I'm toxic as shit.
You know, if you stand up, you know, see a woman, put your foot down to your woman. Oh, you and your toxic masculinity.
Lock your ass up.
You know what I'm saying? They'll bash you first. You can't really be masculine in society, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be you know what you got to be? You got to be sheepish. You know, you got to be.
Basically,
you got to be Esau, man.
Yeah.
You know,
gotta be a man giant.
you got to be weak. Yeah,
you can be a man.
You got to be a man giant.
Be a man giant.
You be a man. You got to put the giant at the end.
Trans man.
2 Ezra 5:8.
man.
There shall be a confusion also in many places.
Oh, man.
Hey, there you go.
That's it right there.
There you go. That's it.
That hammers it down right there. That should be a confusion where?
There shall be a confusion also in many places.
Yeah, the word confuse means to, I think fuse is the mix. And con is, I think, with. Yeah, to mix with everything. Everything is mixing together. That's why men don't even consider, a lot of these men don't consider themselves male anymore. That's a new thing now. I think I looked into this thing, gender fluid.
Yeah, gender fluidity.
Whatever the hell that means. Somebody break that down, that gender fluidity shit.
Well, gender fluidity is basically
however you feel.
Identity, right? The identity or recognizing your, you know, I'm masculine, but I'm feminine.
Or today I feel like a woman. Tomorrow I might feel like a man.
Right.
So whatever flows through
whatever flows through
you. Flows through you. That's what you are.
It says gender fluid
do
is
as I will.
gender identity, which refers to a gender which varies over time.
Yeah.
Today you're a male.
6 months later you want to be a female.
6 months later you want to be a goddamn alien, man.
Well, we got bathrooms that allow, you know, non-gender bathrooms now.
Non-gender.
That's why I was gonna say, Salaki. That's why really, you know, you people, you can't say shit about this sex trafficking or these pedophiles because you set up a world where it's okay. You, like you said, confused. You allowed all this fusion of things that shouldn't be. No, if you sit to pee, this is your bathroom.
Hell yeah.
All right. If you have a rod between your legs, this is your bathroom.
Right.
But no, if I have a rod, I can go in here and pee with women, and women that say they got a dick or whatever, they can come and pee with us. But then when rapes occur, now you want to look confused.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you want to have a standard. There has to be some type of standard.
There is no
standard.
standard.
You have no standard.
That's right.
You have to. There's certain things you have to just not move away from. That's called a standard. Okay. You can't be in which, you know, we just talked about the whole gender fluidity thing. At one point you're a man and you identify with, oh, they're taking men and they're pushing us against the wall with this Me Too movement.
Mm-hmm.
But then 2 months later, another situation happens.
You got the slut walk.
Right, you got the slut walk, but you identify with the women and say, look, they're all victims.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have no foundation.
Yeah.
You know?
And matter of fact, you could
it's like teeter-tottering. You know, you teeter-tottering on a tightrope, ready to fall over.
Well,
you
if
better walk.
Ephesians 4 and 14.
I got this word confusion, which it says, it goes back to the Latin confundere, which means to mingle together. in a sense, bring to ruin.
They want to see a black man down so bad. They want to see a black man down so bad they fuck you for nothing. I ain't going for that shit, son. Somebody got to be strong, bro.
That's right.
They don't want no strong black men out here.
No,
they see you a strong black man, they fucking you for nothing.
That's what we going into.
Yeah, I know that, man. These motherfuckers, they ain't watching no hoe. They watching niggas. And they try to do that verse kind of like you don't know what you're talking about. You know I know what I'm talking about, man. I know what I'm talking about, man. I'm tired of you niggas fucking with me, boy.
We just want to be men. That's the spirit. That's just the spirit. We just want to be men.
They ain't nothing but the evil spirit, no motherfuckers.
That's it.
That's the spirit right there.
I know what's up. I'm an educated man, son.
That's it.
The police ain't fucking with these niggas. I don't read the police coming up for that bullshit. Cause they want to get that call. You got a motherfucker on that on the head with his head busted. The police said, what happened? I got busted. Why you fucking with it? These motherfuckers watching niggas no hoe.
That's right, man.
They trying to make you soft, salty. You got to be strong when you're a bell, man.
That's why we out here
Cause these crackers got these niggas fucked up.
That's why we out here teaching the truth. Because they wanna demasculize it.
It's the devil, shouted. See, the devil know I'm strong, shouted. He used these folks to come at me. They watching you, all in your business. How you gonna say, hey, I'm gonna go, man, this shit is, I ain't never seen a day in your life. What am I be watching you for? You know what it is? The devil.
Yeah.
Hey, what they better realize, they digging a hole for themselves.
Hey,
y'all be like, y'all.
Hey, that's a scripture. Hey.
They better realize.
Hey, that's can I get Psalm 7 and 14?
Oh, well, he just, the brother read the definition about confusion. It means bring to ruin. Because that's what they're doing. By putting this out there, they're going to bring it to ruin, man.
So you got Jakes that's pissed off
it.
by that
Yeah,
shit.
man.
You know, everybody don't accept the ways of Babylon.
That's right.
You know, everybody ain't just get down.
That's the spirit.
Just getting down with the system. You got certain Jakes that's crying out, and he's voicing his reason.
Yeah, he cried out.
You know, because people understand, like him, he's a so-called OG Jake. You know,
see, his voice would make this world quiver.
Intimidate.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we just like, hey, that's a spirit, but this world, why are you so mean? Why are you yelling? No, he's just talking with emotion.
That's what you call passion, man.
That's it, man. That's
Because
real.
because our people are oppressed. You know?
See that Jakes like that got a rough countenance. They don't accept faggots and stuff like that.
Right.
That's what they trying to delete out the system, man. Jakes like that. But like I was saying before about the mingling together, that's the definition of confusion. Because when you mingle things and mix them together, just like a witch's pot, you know, what happens? You have chemical, first off, chemical imbalances, and it's something known as combustion, man, where things just blow up sporadically. Certain chemicals ain't supposed to be mixed together. Certain people in today's time aren't supposed to be mixed together.
That's right.
Certain things aren't just supposed to be pushed in one box. You know?
We should be living amongst some chinks, man.
We shouldn't be living amongst no homosexuals.
Right.
Lesbians, witches.
It shouldn't exist.
You know? You shouldn't have abortion clinics all over the goddamn neighborhood. You know, all these different gun shops and
Drugstores.
Drugstores and things of that nature. It's certain, you know, you purchase certain foods, they got all kind of drugs. That's not supposed to be mingled in there. See? And that in turn, when it's mingled in your spirit, it creates abnormalities, man. Imbalances. That's why everybody's bugged out. Just like that Joker movie that came out. We were speaking about it before, how so many people love the Joker because a lot of people have that same mindset like that real psychological depression. A lot of people have that real offset mindset to the point where when they see a person that's in a mindset like a movie like Split or these psychological thrillers with these people that's extremely bugged out, they like them. They attract strongly to them because they just like them.
They relate to them because they got the same demons that's in the movies carried strong. Those are the same ones that's festering these people's minds already, and they relate to them. And
it's confirming them. It's confirming like I'm not the only one. It's somebody that thinks like me. But they're pushing an envelope. They're a leader in their wickedness. It's like I'm just a low life weirdo. But he's taking it. He's blowing buildings up, goddamn. You know, and they envy those individuals. That's why they have posters. That's why these Comic-Con events, they dress up like some of the weirdest maniacs. Halloween.
That's who they are.
All these different events show internally what's mustering in their spirit, and they have these days where they can summon it.
So many women was so into Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, yeah.
And it's just like, y'all just looking at it like it's cute. But if you understand the backstory of Harley Quinn, man, the Joker made her a fucking psychopath.
She was his nurse.
What
You
they
go
talking
back
about
to
with
it,
that?
she was his nurse in one of the back, because Joker's a crazy comic character, backstory. But in one of the backstories, she was a nurse or something.
He dipped her in some acid.
You know, he kind of gained control of it.
This is Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yep.
And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Yeah, so the Lord mingled a perverse spirit in where? In Egypt?
In Egypt.
Yeah, so Egypt was the society of bondage. And this is worse than old Egypt. You know, because it's a mixture of Babylon, the Medes and the Persians. Like I said, Egypt, Greece, Rome. You have all these big ass events that take place, as well as the excessive drug use, because they did drugs back in those ancient societies too, man. And in turn, like I said, majority of these people are bugged out. You're seeing all these different killings that go on. You know, individuals that just robbing banks constantly. It's a bank that's being robbed as we speak. You know, you get on these news outlets, so you see these individuals. They might have been star athletes in school. You know, they're shooting up buildings. They're killing their boyfriends. They're killing their husbands. Killing their parents. There's a lot of those situations that go on. And individuals shoot their fathers or mothers in the head, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
Jake do that recently.
Yeah,
He looked like a Jake.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like what Abba said. You can't label to a white thing, so-called white thing now, because Jake is doing it, man. Jake is out here killing their mother, you know, robbing old elderly folks, knocking elderly folks down. So you can't just say it's an Edomite thing. It's just what comes with the territory of being in Babylon. People just bugged out.
And that's why you have these big ass prisons all over this goddamn country, man. And it's filled up, and it's constantly being filled. And when they created these prisons, they created them with a number in their head. They created them and designed them, and they wanted them to get filled. Like just like when you if I were to create a club this goddamn big, right? I gotta find some type of way to keep it full.
Yes.
Because I have light fees, I have fees on top of fees in order to maintain this big ass building. You see? So what can I do to drum up attractions to this building? That means I have to lure people. I have to create bait. You see? To have everybody actually come to this building. And that's the same. It's the same layout with prison. Now, who's gonna willingly say, "Hey, that's a prison. Let me go inside"? No, it don't work like that.
Sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up.
You gotta trick them in.
Esau said we're gonna bait them in.
Yeah.
Let's put a couple rappers on the team. Let's have them advertise drugs. Let's have them advertise killing. As rappers advertise drugs, killing, and crime, the crime rate skyrockets in these different cities, man.
Right. They advertise it, but then we make laws that we enforce to tell you not to do that.
To tell you not to do that. And that's how they trick individuals to get them caught up in the system. And that's one example amongst many to show how there's perversity inside of this Egypt, man. This new Egypt. Some more?
Yeah, come on. I'll start from the top. Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and the word perverse represents wickedness. The Lord has mixed a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Continue.
In the midst thereof, they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So this place is just a big pit of vomit, man. And we unfortunately have to live in a society, but that's why you have to keep yourself clean in the society too. The scriptures speak about keeping yourself clean in the midst of wickedness. And this place tends to attract and allure a lot of people inside of it. You know, you might see a building with lights, all kind of lights shining on top of it. You know, illuminating lights. Your the first thing that triggers in your mind is, damn, what's inside the building? It's nice on the outside. You know, I want to see what the hell is in the inside. And that's how America gets you. You know, because the lights that's constantly being flashed in your eyes and things of that nature.
The golden cup.
Yeah, the golden cup.
But you don't know what's the drink inside of it.
You don't know the drink that's inside. Now you getting a little sip in your system. Now you got that you got all kind of Adderalls and pills mixed up. That Bill Cosby drink, that
opioid
mixed with the Jim Jones drink. And you consume it in your ass out for goddamn months at a time, man. You in a state of comatose. That's Jake. And then you try to shake Jake and wake him up. Like, nah, he got that Jim Jones drink in him. It ain't no point in trying to shake it, wake him up. He done. His whole body is crippled out. You got something to talk about? If not, then brother, bring out.
Not yet.
All right, this is Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
Yeah, it says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, man. And this society, like I said, is based and centered upon wicked. Like the brothers was saying before, wicked is good. It tells you in Isaiah 29:16, surely is turning of things upside down. Everything has been turned upside down to the point that evil prevails and righteousness is looked at, is shunned.
Yep.
You know, women say they want a good man, aka a hood nigga. A good man in today's time is a nigga that's one of the biggest scam artists in the city.
He cheats.
He got the fattest rims. He got the 4Gs. He got the 4Gs on the
hood.
You got the 4G autos. You know, he got 2-3 cars. He's scamming like a mug. You know, that's a good guy.
But they say the bad guy.
Like you said, like you said, they put the advertisements for these rappers. There's a song on the radio that said, the girl's basically says, the dope boys turn me on, I can't leave them alone. So that puts the picture of,
that's all.
you know, the women be like, oh, I need a thug nigga that's selling dope. He gotta have kilos, he gotta have the bricks, he gotta, you know, that puts a vibration on the woman instead of following a man that's after righteousness, man.
Yeah, nowadays you tell a woman that you're working at just a regular 9 to 5, she ain't taking your ass no mind. She want a nigga that goddamn sell dope, man.
She want a nigga that
that's your local pusher.
If he ain't got a mixtape coming out, she don't want it.
Yeah, you gotta have a mixtape. You gotta have some type of local nigga connection or some type of gang ties. You know, all these things. Yeah, you gotta throw up some type of set, be affiliated with some goddamn gang.
And a tattoo above your eyelid.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the tattoos.
Gotta smoke weed.
You got smoking. Oh yeah, don't
yeah,
stop.
you gotta smoke weed.
Don't drink. Oh, don't drink or smoke. I don't drink or smoke.
They'll look at you sideways.
You don't smoke.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with
Smoke? Do you drink? Do you do? What do you do? I don't drink. I don't smoke.
Bitch, I
don't
work.
pop pills.
I don't play games. I just handle man's business.
Some
No, I'm
you know,
good.
some of y'all do that shit.
That's why we just said before the concept of a good man, which you just said before. That in today's time, you know, the people speak about how chivalry is dead. But if you open the car door for a woman, you know, you're doing all these different nice things to a woman. What it turns out to? Her cheating on your ass, man. You doing all these good things, wine and dining her, giving her the nice bags on her birthday, on the holidays. You stay stuffing her with presents. What happens? A woman starts to, what's the word I'm trying
Well,
to
she
find?
got you already. So
Yeah, she at the point of where she got you.
Take it for
She
granted.
just takes it for granted.
Right.
She takes it for granted.
That's really what it is. They take it for granted. Which really, woman like that, you don't need it. You don't need the bitch.
Yeah.
I will
You
not.
need it, but good she left.
And that's why we just in them times where you just gotta be straightforward, man. You gotta be a hard-nosed Jake, man. You gotta just be on a mission. This truth boils down to the point, like, look, I'm on my mission. Anything to the left or to the right is a distraction, man. I gotta keep my eyes focused on the prize. Now, of course, you're gonna do your thing. You know, whatever you do, handle your business. But at the end of the day, those are, man, that's not the mission at hand. You got to keep yourself focused on the kingdom. Scripture speak about the light of the body. You have some more left?
I'm just trying to kill this shit.
Okay.
I got something. Yeah, this is Revelation 17. Because we was talking about the lights and the whole attraction of the Lord. Yeah, the allure of this place. So this is Revelation 17.
Shiny things of Babylon.
Yep. 17:4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones, and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Yeah, so this is the whole hoes. Here it is, she dressed in purple and scarlet, you know, gold and silver. Like, you know, you see a woman like that walking past, all eyes is gonna turn to her.
Yeah.
Cause first off, she got all this immaculate jewelry on. She's shining, looking like a goddamn princess or a queen. Which the word queen means
Prostitute.
Slut or prostitute any damn way. You know. But you keep going.
All right. It says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
And I was gonna say, what's the first thing you say when you see something like that? I want to hit that, man. See a woman with all these different jewelry on. She's got a nice, nice attire on, very attractive, voluptuous breasts. Lipstick and things of that nature. You like, man, I want to tap that. Right when you go in, it's instant death.
What was it? Thick.
Yeah, thick.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And that was the point. Because once he saw, although the woman was really a destructive, a crazy harlot, all right? The fact that she had on all this array of scarlet and purple and jewels, it was something to look upon. And that's what these people do in this place. So that's what our people do. They see America and they, although, you know the history, the Native Americans got slaughtered, the Negroes were put into captivity, all right? The Israelites are getting shot down each and every day by the cops, but people are still wondering after with admiration of the attractions that America has, and not realizing that this place is going to get a heavy judgment for all those wicked acts, man, all those wicked deeds, All right, it says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, so this place is basically behind the destruction of our people. Like I said, drunken with the blood of the saints and what else?
It says, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai.
And the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai, which is the witnesses. And that's why they're trying to crucify us on the internet as we speak, man. Deleting your profile.
Yup.
You just yanking who I am off of the goddamn net. That's me. Everything that takes labor. Some brothers have hundreds of videos, some brothers have thousands of videos that they put their energy and time into, and you just swiping off of one press of a button. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was just quickly. You notice a lot of brothers have been putting in the group text to follow this brother. It's not because they just now started a page. It's because Esau is deleting their pages, and that's giving us more evidence that we're at the end of this thing. I just wanted to say that.
Nah, that's beautiful. But they're not deleting these twerking ass videos. You see these jakes. You watch a rap video, you like, is this a rap video? Is this a tutorial to goddamn sell crack, man?
Fucking girls gone wild.
You had this one guy. I didn't watch the video, but it was like the wickedest. I think artist of live or some shit like that. They was showing. They say in the video he tats his eyeballs and he does all kind of crazy shit on the video on some Ripley's Believe It or Not type shit. But did they delete the video? I think I watched it.
Is that for children?
I went down and see the recommendation, the watches, and it had millions of views. And more than likely kids 5, 6, 7 years old is gonna watch it. They're gonna be inspired.
We'll see.
This gets 1 million views. Let me try to take turn the notch up. Because when people see these different views on these videos, they're gonna try to emulate it or imitate it to the best of their ability, so that their videos can have views too. If they see Nicki Minaj or what's the whole of today? Meg the Stallion. They see Meg the Stallion shaking all kind of ass on YouTube, and she getting an $80,000-$90,000 bag performing from being a slut. How many women are going to be inspired by that? Tons, dozens, scores of hoes.
Cardi B.
You want to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's the type of spirit that gets pumped constantly in the society. More?
Okay. It says,
and that's why the scriptures speak about how this is the mother of harlots, because if the mother is the hoe, is a big hoe, then what is it going to produce? It's going to produce whorish daughters and drug infested children, man. What do they call them? Crack babies, man. Continue.
It says, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. And I'm going to jump down to verse 12. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest.
And the 7 heads and 10 horns are the coupling countries, the Confederate countries that are aligned with America. And America takes inspiration from all these different countries, and all these countries hated the shit out of niggas. That's what they have in country.
For real though, that's how they got them.
And Latinos and Native Americans. The British hate niggas. Latinos and Native Americans. The Spanish, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the French. All of them hated our asses, man. Hell, you watch these different movies, they hated each other.
Yep.
Until the point where they actually, became a unified force. And what is it? Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
They had a whole 100 years war against each other.
Hell yeah. You see how they was talking about each other on the movie The King? Yeah. We're gonna flush out those French cockroaches. Now they're the best of friends. How much more they cussing our asses out? Cussing out you Latinos. Right. And just because you in the same religion as them, don't mean they fuck with you, man. Right. You know, a lot of these Latins think they cool with Spaniards, in Spain because they got their Roman Catholics, man. Right. Some people over there, they believe in Jesus Christos and Santa Maria also. Yeah, but they don't fuck with you though. They beat you down as a people, and they force that religion upon you.
Exactly.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's verse 16. Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
These shall hate the whore.
And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Yeah, so they're going to further turn on America. All right? And when they turn on America, it's going to be a warfare and surgical strikes that's going to hit this place. Bombs.
Yep.
All right, these different nations that's enhancing their nuclear capabilities, it's all to turn the missiles towards this country and shoot at them, man. And it's going to be devastating. And where the men of the Lord we're going to be delivered, Lord willing.
That's right.
As it is written. And Esau knows these prophecies. He's read about, he's read the book of Revelations. He read these different prophetic books. He knows that it's going to be a nuclear fire. That's why which not directly, but they indirectly have little demons that teach otherwise. Teaching volcano eruptions and shit like that. Just teach some bullshit just to have niggas follow that, man. Think it's not missiles. Esau knows exactly he knows exactly what these prophecies is saying, man. He has these words decoded. That's why you have you'll watch certain documentaries and you see Esau gets in the book, man. They know the original manuscript. They have a lot of original manuscripts, certain codexes. What is it? They go into the Latin Vulgate. They go into the Septuagint.
You got Edomites that speak dead languages for the sake of archaeology.
Right. Well, shoot, and they listen to us. Ultimately, they look at us like, okay, well, well, these are the mouthpieces of the Lord. Let's see what they're saying, and then we're going to move this way. They move to the right, we move to the left.
Right.
They take 2 steps back, we move 2 steps forward.
Because they're trying to build they're trying to learn the algorithm of the Heavenly Father above all to figure out how to thwart his prophecies, man. They're trying to figure out, just like the snake he is, he's trying to figure out some way to squeeze through the loopholes and the crevices. But is there any more to that?
Yeah, it says, for the Most High put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Right, well, see, at the end of the day, it's all in the Lord's trick bag. Scripture says that the deceived and the deceiver are his. He's the one that's drumming up your thoughts to be against him. He knows that you were disobedient. The Lord likes adversity. The Lord likes warfare.
The drama.
He loves drama. The Lord is known as what? A man of war.
Well, he created Satan.
I was going to say, one of his top angels is named adversity.
Yep.
And he created the spiritual demon Satan to be an adversity to the men of the Heavenly Father. Right. You see? That which the spiritual demon Satan works on the minds of a particular, I ain't gonna say peculiar, because we're the peculiar people, but a particular people, which are the Edomites. And that's why they're dead set against everything that we do.
Yep.
If we going right, they're gonna try to stop that. If we going left, they're gonna try to stop that. Anything that we do to try to push forward, they try to push us back. Yep. Look at Black Wall. You look at
Wall Street,
all these different things where blacks, so-called blacks and Latinos or Native Americans got together in the spirit of unification to try to impact their societies that they were living in, whether they were in captivity or whether they were independent, and you see the so-called white man tried to, well, I ain't gonna say tribe, invaded and destroyed it.
He had. It's kind of like a kid that's building a sandcastle on the beach. You know that old scene, and then a bully comes by and just throws it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because not only will he destroy the lands that you, or the areas that you try to build upon, he'll occupy it. He'll just get some troops to stand on top of the area and make sure that nobody has ability to be over here no more.
Garrisons.
It might be garrisons, because it might be certain resources that's active there.
That's right.
They're gonna make sure that you, by any means necessary, will not be able to build upon that plot of land again. You got a smart?
Yeah, just one last verse. It says, "And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth," which is America.
Yeah.
You know, and America is that city, that woman that's going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Scoot
So
down a little bit.
that, I'm switch with the brother.
Just stay right there. He's just gonna get in between y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all just keep it going.
Well, yeah, just keep going.
Okay, come. So I'm going to go to Revelation 18. It says, "And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird."
Yeah, and that's the end all of the society. We've been talking about through the spirit, that wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, the spirit of the beginning, the midst, and the ending thereof. And Revelation 18 is going into the end of this place, man. The destruction, because that's all that's really left here. Like you were using the example earlier of a climatic movies or whatever the case may be, and we're at the end of it. That's why things is moving so fast. You know, if you watch a movie, the last 15 minutes of a movie, man, you can't move.
Yep.
Nah, you can't move. You can't get up and, man, you'll piss yourself, man.
Yeah.
That's why I believe in the Avengers, Endgame, and the other one. You had people that wrote articles that literally said, "Hey, this is when you get up to go pee at."
Oh yeah.
And this scene, get up.
Yeah.
Because once the action get going, man, you can't get up. Ain't no more drink refills, popcorn refills, bathroom, taking a phone call. No, you gonna lock in, and that's what's happening right now. Because we at the end of this thing.
Yep.
You know the scriptures say, "Greater is the end of a thing than the beginning."
Yep.
All right, keep going.
Hey, and then like you just mentioned, we went to the whole how a story works after the climax. Because the build-up is slow. It builds up to the climax. The fastest point is getting to the end.
That's right. That's right.
The end is, because it's like
Bring
a
all
roller
the pieces
coaster.
together.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you go up an incline, you hit that peak point, you coming down fast, man.
Gravity takes over.
Hey, well, that's why Yahweh Shah said he saw Satan fall in his lightning from heaven. Because this kingdom's gonna go down quick, man.
But yeah.
Like y'all speaking, there's two things you can't miss in a movie: the beginning and the end.
Oh yeah.
Those are the two most important, prominent pieces of the puzzle. You can't miss the beginning. You can't miss the end.
Yeah. The first 30 minutes be crucial in the movie.
Yep.
The first
Then you go.
hour.
Yep. What going on?
Give me 1 second. Let's get Proverbs 14 and 4. I'm sorry, Isaiah 14 and 4. I'm sorry.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased?
And that's what we're out here. To bring this taunting proverb, which is really just the Holy Scriptures, because the Holy Scriptures is a taunting proverb to the elite, because the word is against them. We went into Malachi 1 earlier. The Lord said, though you build, I shall basically tear it down. That's a taunting proverb. We're out here proclaiming the fact that all this that you built will be destroyed in 1 hour.
That's right.
That's what we're out here. That's a taunting proverb. You telling me that it took, imagine you on the other side of it. I done spent the last hundreds of years building this up, and you telling me that it's going to be brought down in an hour? That's a taunting proverb, okay? You can read that one more time, we'll go back to Revelation.
Hell yeah, that is, yep.
That's a very taunting, like, man, all this shit that you see gonna be gone in an hour.
Man, what?
That's a very taunting,
Very provocative type of
the bravado behind it. Read it again.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
And a proverb is what? A wise saying.
Yep.
And it's what's wiser than the Holy Scriptures. That's why we're not leaning on our own heart. These are our own words. That's why when Esau decided to roll against us and grab us, you have basically broken war rules, the engagements of war.
Yep, rules of engagement.
The rules of engagement. We're just a message. We're just here to proclaim it.
Yep.
But because of your pride, you old boy from above the rim. You lost and you just gotta pull the strap.
Yep.
You know, you just lost. But because you can't just give in, you know? You got it, brother.
Yeah, just a quick saying, like, as much as Esau studied us, why don't you study 2 Chronicles 35 or 36, I think, where it says that the children of Israel mocked and killed the prophets, and then following that, after verse 15 and 15 on down, we went into slavery. You see? So it's like, if you study us that much, you will understand that, you know, mocking us or whatever will bring you to your ultimate end.
The scriptures say, let not a beast, let not an Egyptian or a dog lift his tongue to the children of Israel. You know, so Esau, like you said, Esau studies for his own vain glory or trying to figure a way out. But like you said, what he should really be studying is the fact that, hey man, you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. You can't stop prophecy. All right? And prophecy is that you're going to be destroyed with thermonuclear missiles and you're going into slavery.
That's right.
Not because that's what we will. That's not our will. Now, does the will of the Heavenly Father benefit us? You goddamn right it does.
Come on.
All right? Scriptures say that we boast that that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is our Father. So we're glad we on the good side.
On the winning team.
But we didn't will it. It's not like this is our will, you know? You go.
And say, how had the oppressor ceased?
And he's ceasing, man. Like, this devil, he ain't really, I mean, this is captivity and it's bad, but as far as his grips, he's losing his grips, man.
Yeah, he's slipping out his hands.
He's slipping out his hands, man. You got, like I said, the brother Barzal was speaking about Black Wall Street. Well, in my personal opinion, I speak as a human, as a man. Instagram is the new Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know, and Instagram created a lot of millionaires, a lot of genres.
Yeah.
You know, you have a whole instant comedy thing now.
Yeah,
that created millionaires, entrepreneurs, the whole nine. Esau don't. I thought he was about to hit his ass. That's like I got distracted. But Esau hates that, man. Esau's losing the ceasing, the oppression and the ceasing and cease. That oppression is ceasing, as the scriptures say.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube created millionaires, man. If not millionaires, hundred thousandaires, man. What you think this guy Hassan Campbell? You think he's not catching a check? He's catching a major check, and that's getting out of the stronghold of this devil, man. Jake don't even got to go to work like that anymore. We wake up and go to work when we want to now, Esau. It ain't the same thing where you had people in factories from fucking 5 in the morning till 5 in the evening. And then you had somebody come in at 5 in the evening and work that same factory till 5 in the morning, man. Doing dangerous work. Man, a lot of Jake cut an apple when they want to, man. That's why Esau gotta stop this shit. Go ahead, brother.
Golden City ceased.
Yeah, Golden City is what? America, man. Babylon the Great. Matter of fact, when you get Jeremiah 51, because you got this, you got?
I got something else.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 105 and verse 16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread.
See, that's the understanding of Esau, man. His staff is being destroyed. All right, he don't have the grips on this place as he once did. All right, now go back to Isaiah 14 and read the golden city has ceased. You got Jeremiah 51. All right, you read the Isaiah 14 because you got some of these reprobate false prophets. Cause we gotta push that spirit more, calling them what they are, false prophets. They're not just niggas, they false prophets. All right, and you pushing this narrative of that Babylon is everywhere but America, that it's a people before it's a place, man. Well, my question is this: if Babylon is a people before its place, then which Babylonians are we talking about? Is it Neo-Babylon?
Yep.
Which Babylon? Because if you're saying Babylon is a people, you got to link that back to Genesis, the 10th chapter, man.
Exactly.
The Table of Nations. You can't just simply say that's a people before it's a place and then expect the people to just say, oh, that's just what it is. No, man. It's a specific place. And that place is here, America. It says what? The Golden City? Read that again.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
Now, where did the truth come out of? Against the king of Babylon. Right here in Babylon the Great, which is America. You cannot make me believe it is the Vatican City, man. All right? Who in their right mind is thinking in 2020 when I'm going to take my woman and we going to the Vatican? You take your woman to the Vatican, she going to leave your ass, man. Unless you just one of them traveling, you've been to 100 places, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like you on that level, but man, you take Keisha from the west side and
From
you
the
tell
block.
her, yeah, from the block, and you tell her we going to Vatican City for 3 days. She said, nah.
The first thing she gonna ask is, what the fuck is over there?
What's that, the mall?
Or she gonna be like, what the hell is Vatican City? What's that, Peach?
That's a new mall?
Okay.
Another Las Vegas.
You can't tell me it's the Vatican City. You can't tell me it's anywhere in Africa. It ain't nowhere in Asia. It ain't in Australia. How many people really want to travel to Australia?
I've never heard anybody going to Australia.
Don't get me wrong, like
from there.
some people, but I'm saying if you gave everybody, if you surveyed the world, I'm talking about people everywhere, and you say where do they want to go for the most part?
That's not the first place they gonna
type it in
say.
the top tourist.
Most people are gonna come to America, man.
Exactly.
All right.
Australia ain't the first place they
it's
people
not the-
think.
Ain't nobody listen, man. Ain't nobody thinking about like. It's just places that aren't those places. Nobody want to go to Russia,
Right?
unless you, like I said. Of course, a nigga could argue your point, but my point of it all is America is the place that everybody want to go to. Everybody want to go to Disney World, right? Where the fuck is Disney World at? It's right here in America. Finish that off, and then we go to Jeremiah 51.
How had the oppressor cease, the golden city ceased.
Yeah, the Golden City is America, which is Babylon the Great, and it is ceasing quickly. Go ahead, brother. You go.
It was a song a while back. I think Kanye West was on it. It's a chick from, I think, UK. A song called Air. She basically saying, take me to all these golden cities in America.
Yeah. I remember that song now. Yep. Janelle, that British one, right?
Jake. Yeah.
That's true, because everybody wants to come to America, man. You had Coming to America, the movie, with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, what did he do? He brought his ass from Africa to Queens, New York.
The heart of America.
So you get what I'm saying? That is the energy. And the Lord is drying this place up, man. Matter of fact, since you in Isaiah 14, go to
coming to America.
Isaiah 13 and 15, I believe. They shall flee back to their own land.
This is Isaiah.
Yeah, Italy is.
Is it 14, 15, 16?
It's 13.
It has some of those. Everyone is in.
Look up like 9, 10.
Turkey is like the oldest. They got a lot of rangers and shit.
14 come. 13 and 14 come.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chase rope, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people.
Yeah, because the smoke and mirrors is faded here in America. I like it. All the Asians, all the Africans, all the Arabs, all those people that came over here to make money, they realize that this money tree is freezing up. All right, and what are they doing? Going right back to their country, man. These Africans. You don't see. When the last time you seen a bunch of Hamitic taxi drivers? That used to be a thing 10 years ago. A lot of these taxi drivers were Africans, man. And now they what are they doing? They're going back to their country. A lot of these Eastern Europeans are going back to their country. All right, a lot of Chinese. Hey, China has more millionaires than America now. So you got a lot of Chinese. They'll come here, go to Georgia Tech, go to Emory, go to UGA, go to NYU, go to Emory, whatever colleges that you can name, get their degree, and they're going right back to their home country, man. All right, you get that in Jeremiah 51.
All right, Jeremiah 51. I'll start at the top. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land.
Now wait a minute. This is speaking of Babylon. Now we're proving the point that this is a place, man. Now go back to Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 13, and you can start at 19. See, we're doing something that these false prophets don't do, is teach.
Yep, exactly.
All right? They want to just make a bold-ass statement, and if it's like throwing shit on the wall. If it sticks, it sticks. That's what they do with their doctrine. Yep. They just throw it on the wall, and whatever sticks, that's what they go with, man. Now read that in Isaiah 13, man. Because we're proving the point that Babylon the Great is a place, man. All right? And the Edomites are known as the daughters of Babylon because this is their kingdom. But they made this place. They made this place. Yeah. But Esau is Esau, man. All right, now read that in Isaiah 13.
This is Isaiah 13, verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh by Shem Yahushua overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And it shall never be inhabited, neither is
written again. Yeah. We would be considered kosher quality Atlantean.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, or whatever brother that's in the New York camp, such and such, the New Yorker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. All right. Keep going, brother.
That makes sense.
It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Now this is talking about a place. It just said at the top when you read the Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. All right. And now it's going into the fact of it being destroyed and it shall never be dwelt in ever again. Is that talking about people? How do you fit people in there?
You can't dwell in a person?
Right.
How do you fit a group of people in that scripture?
Yeah, exactly. Yo.
Do we live in people?
Exactly.
like do we I'm saying, do we live in people? I just clown, no, I'm just living in this place and his name is Babylon.
Open your mouth up. Open your mouth up and jump
slide in, wearing them like some jeans, man.
Right.
Jake got they don't understand grammar. Jake doesn't understand literature and context.
They don't have reading comprehension.
They don't have to, you have reading and you have reading and comprehension. Jake doesn't know how to read and comprehend properly. Just like we said before, when you read about the Bible, reading the Bible, Babylon was Babylonia was the city, or that was the major area. But Babylon was a location.
Babylonia is like the Greek way of saying.
Yeah, but Babylon was a place.
Yeah.
It was a location. You had Tower of Babel. You had Neo Babylon. Yep, these different. But it's still Babylon is Babylon.
That's what I said before you came back. I said, okay, for you to say that Babylon is a people, it's not a place, then which Babylon?
Yeah.
Which group of people?
That's true too.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, Akim. Like even like you said, you have to go back to Genesis 10, and it says Genesis 11, right, with the Tower of Babel. It wasn't necessarily a person. You know what I'm saying? It was just literally made. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said all the nations came together in unison.
It wasn't like, because we know Nimrod. It wasn't the Nimrodians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like how Jacob changed his name to Israel, and now you got the Israelites, and that's a people before it's a place.
Right.
But Babylon was just a place. Right. Before it was a place, it was a place. Damn it.
Again, like I said, Israel
was an idea.
You gotta prove that with Genesis, the 10th chapter.
Exactly.
The table of nations, because Israel goes back to where? Shem.
Yep.
Genealogies. But then the scriptures say what? Avoid questions, foolish questions of genealogy, man.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't even called Babylon.
It was,
What was it? We went into that.
I'm gonna read it. Yeah.
It was
you got it in Genesis 11.
Yeah, I was gonna read it. It's gonna cut that whole document.
But when you actually go into it, Babylon is what it was coined because there was so much confusion. The word Babylon is it represents confusion. Yeah. But they didn't, when they was there, they didn't like, all right, this is the land of confusion. I think it was called something else. But it was in the Shinar region. I'm gonna look it up real fast.
I'm gonna read. Yeah, this is Genesis 11:1, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Okay? So they found a plain, they found a place, and they dwelt in this place.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm going to jump down to verse 9. Well, I read verse 8. It says,
Oh, it means, excuse me, it means gate of the gods, which is Akkadian. And it's known as confusion, though. It says, I'm just going to read this quick, I'm going to throw it right back. But Babylon is the most famous city from ancient Mesopotamia, whose ruins, which is a city, whose ruins lie in modern-day Iraq, 59 miles southwest of Baghdad. The name is thought to derive from Babil.
Oh, so you know what? That proves when we read, when we're reading in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter and 51st chapter, that those are specifically speaking of this time Babylon. All right, because that Babylon is still there. Yep. There was no destroying wind that destroyed that Babylon. I just want to throw that out there because
it's still ruins.
It's still ruins because you have some other false prophets that'll say, "Oh no, that's talking about ancient Babylon. I ain't talking about now." Okay, all right, you got it, player. You got it, brother.
All right. Continuing on, it says. The name is thought to derive from Babil or Babylon, which is in the Akkadian language of the time meant gate of God or gate of the gods, and Babylon coming from Greek. But that was
So it says, remember too, all that language and all that came about because that's where the Lord scattered. So this is, I'm going to read verse 7. Genesis 11:7. Go to, let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel.
Build the city.
Oh my God.
And Esau is doing the same exact thing now, trying to unify us under one language. You got these people now pushing heavily here in America to stop the pushing of Spanish. They really want to push English more. But even this English that we speak is a bastardized, broken language.
Because it's Babylon.
Because it's Babylon.
Yeah, it's not even true English.
Right. Because again, maybe if this man would have stuck around, he might have made it to the Georgia Guidestones. And one of the points under the Georgia Guidestones is to a new language. It goes into having a new language, and that's why half these people, man, these people don't even speak English, man. They speak in emojis.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, they speak in acronyms.
Just hieroglyphs.
Acronyms and emojis and spelling things wrong. Symbols. The whole nine. That's the watering down of speech. When's the last time? Like myself. Half of the population don't even write their name in cursive anymore.
Nope.
Most people don't know how to write.
They don't teach that in the schools no more.
They don't teach that in the schools anymore. All right? So this is going into that place. This is Esau all over again. It tells us there's nothing new under the sun.
Yep.
Which cursive is confusion in itself too.
It really is. That's a fact.
Calligraphy.
Yeah, it's like, man, they tell you got to use this on your when you signing contracts and shit. It's like, man, I don't know how to. They be having you put letters next to each other. That's be like, I can't cursive this shit together.
Everybody's cursive is different too. You look at somebody's cursive, you're like, is this a name or is this fucking design? It's confusion.
Goddamn graffiti. Okay, yeah, that's the spirit.
It's like putting just the X button.
Yeah, cut. Where you at?
I just got a little bit more in this verse.
We're gonna go back to that.
Yeah, verse 9. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from this did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
And see, in this go round, that scattering that the Lord's gonna do is gonna be grabbing y'all ass and putting y'all in slavery this go round.
That's right.
Gonna scatter you all over this galaxy like the brother just said. All right, because that's what's coming. That's slavery.
Yep.
All right. Now go back to Isaiah 14 and finish that one down.
Trafficking is going to be all right. 13.
Mm-hmm. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Please, brother, call that scripture again and read it slow.
And those are two different Babylons. That's
right.
That's
But both are proving a point that it's a place.
Yeah.
All right. Now read that again, because how do you make this a person?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you make this a people? How do you just read it again slow?
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
How you put Esau right there? You can't. All right? Or Esau, now, does it say in Psalms, what is that, Psalms 137, that the daughters of Babylon is Esau? It's 137 and 139. Yes, that Esau, this is his kingdom. We read in Isaiah the 14th that he's a king of Babylon.
Right, he's a king of Babylon.
But this is a place. A specific thing is going to happen to a specific place. Nuclear missiles are going to fall on this specific place mainly, the land of the north. There's a lot of markers that the Lord gave us to have an idea. This place is being set up for great judgment. Right, keep going.
Neither shall the Arabians pitch tent there.
Yeah, you watch old movies like if you've seen the previews of Jumanji, you see the tents, how they used to set up in the cities. And you know, this person might sell bread, or this person might sell the marketplace, and they had the tents and you know, spices.
Really, stores are tents anyway.
They just tents,
Yeah.
How do you design? Roofing.
So the same thing. Go ahead.
Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Okay, a place. This is where you're looking at sheep and shepherds and animals, agriculture. That's a place. All right? Again, you have to have the discernment to know when the scripture is talking about a place, a people, when it's literal, when it's metaphorical, when it's a dark saying, or when it's just laying it out straight.
Yeah.
Like you always quote the scripture where the Lord said, if you do these things to a widow or the childless, I will kill you. There's no metaphor to that.
Yeah.
Well, if you
kill, you know, that's
That's really, you
you gotta
know,
go into
the Lord gonna kill your mind.
you don't even need a breakdown.
Nah, you don't need to work.
You know, but then there's certain things where like, okay, the Lord, this is a metaphor. All right, you have to have the ability to know what's being done at what time and what content.
Yep.
All right, keep going, brother.
But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there.
Oh, Esau, the wild beast of the desert is going to dwell with Esau.
Right.
In Esau.
Right, Esau.
Come on, man.
You gotta leave lambs into Esau's
Hey, that's
abdomen.
confusing.
That's why the Lord is like, you false prophets. I'm not even gonna call you niggas no more. You
Right,
false
false
prophets. The Lord gonna just start erasing you off this plane, man. You got it, brother.
Just like you said, Esau is the king of Babylon. Even when you go into ancient and Neo-Babylon in the scripts, when you read about Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar was an Assyrian. When the Babylon was just the title of the kingdom, but they're the Chaldeans.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It wasn't the Babylonian, it was the Chaldeans of Babylon.
They're gonna say the Chaldees excellency.
There you go. It wasn't, Babylon was never a fucking person.
Hey, but you know what? It's like even Nasty Nas said this about Marwal's ass. He said, man, he rebuked his ass. He's like, man, a lot of these people don't even read the Bible, people. That's bad when you get rebuked by another scoffer, man. Because this is what you get. Like, it's literally, the Lord is laying it out for you. All right? Matter of fact, you know what I said in Sirach, I think that's Sirach 37. It says that his servants shall be in dark parables.
That's like the Cleveland Cavaliers talking shit about the New York Knicks. Y'all both sorry.
Yeah, you both sorry.
What you talking about?
You ain't got nothing to say.
Be humble, man.
Right? Y'all should be best friends.
Ecclesiasticus 39.
You know what I'm saying?
39 and 3.
Okay. Yep. This is Ecclesiasticus 39. And I started 2. It says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Now, who is this? The serpents, the prophets. The prophets are going to be in these dark sayings, these parables. The prophecies, the understandings. All right?
I'm
The word
just starting
subtle goes into, just like it tells you in Proverbs, to give subtlety to the simple. When you are learning in the scriptures, you have to learn the subtle speech. You know, with the word subtle means under the web. You know, because a lot of jakes read the Bible and they get caught up in the wording. It's an art. It's a style of art it takes to actually read this book. It's a skill. Huh?
Yeah, when you go to school, you learn language arts. It's an art. It's a way the words form together to make a sentence, to make a body of paragraphs. You know, it's a way to do it. Yeah. This is 39:1. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
Hey, you scoffers, you false prophets, you scorners, you were never occupied in this, man. You had a time chart in your head, a timetable. Basically, the Lord, a lot of y'all, the Lord better come back. The Lord better come back in 2016, Israelites, man.
Yep.
Here we are, 2019, and you mad. You just big mad because in your mind that we should have been the hell up out of here.
That's why they say GMS is false prophets, and they keep bringing a 2000 thing because they're frustrated. Like, y'all said that this was gonna happen. Y'all said this, you know, because you don't study, you don't get into the spirit of what's really going on in the scriptures. That's why I said seek out.
Yeah, because the Lord said that. He said it's not you they hate me.
Yep, that's right.
Go ahead, brother.
So it says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecies.
Yeah, occupied in prophecies. All right, the understanding, knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, and not only being occupied in the right prophecies, not false prophecies.
Right.
A lot of you are creating prophecies, man, saying that this is going to happen. The Lord ain't never said that was going to happen. Now, Now, the brother brought up earlier about the fact of volcanoes. I think that was you that said that. Now, do we want a volcano to erupt? You goddamn right we want a volcano to erupt.
Right.
All right, but that's not going to be, well, a volcano went off. That's that's a major prophecy right there.
Right.
You know, we could just pull, that proud pull your pants up like I told y'all. Like, no, man. You see? No. Do we want it to happen? You goddamn right. Do we want tsunamis and earthquakes and hurricanes and typhoons and land mudslides and
and those things are going to happen, but that's not the prophecy of how Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. You're getting things mixed construed, man.
That's right.
Because you're not occupied in the prophecies.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Dealing in terms of Babylon, you gotta think these men that wrote about Babylon, there was no such thing as America. Still today, there is no such thing as America. That was just named by some cracker-ass cracker, man. If you want to be technical. The Heavenly Father already coined the name of what this place would be recognized as in the latter days, would be Babylon.
Like Mr. T just said.
He walked right into that.
He walked right into it. He walked right into it.
They went right into that curse.
I did.
And they couldn't do nothing. Hey, that's the oppressor ceasing, man. Because our forefathers 100 years ago they could not stand on this very block right here and say cracker ass cracker. Castrated, hung,
As soon as the
boiled, burned, all that before sundown, man. It would have been a spectacle before the evening, man. That's how Esau loses, man. He just had to take that shit. Like, man, when I get around this corner, hiding his shit and all that.
Hide behind his woman.
Hide behind his woman, man. Keep going.
So it says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Yeah, hold fast to that which thou learned, man. And we got this understanding through the Spirit, through the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Period. That's just the truth. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know the name. We don't even gotta go into any other things because everybody want to get, specific, man. No, you wouldn't know the names of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai if it wasn't for the apostles and elders, man.
That's right.
That's not in the book. Everybody want to talk about private interpretation. Well, nigga, call on the name of Jesus Christ.
Right. That's in the book.
That's in the book.
Why you not calling on? Right. You say the true names of the Lord. How you know the true names of the Lord is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai? Like, what are you basing that upon if you're solely going by the book precept upon precept.
Yeah, that you basing it, it's off of faith that the Lord showed us through men.
Right.
It's just that simple. You got something? Go ahead, brother.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto the servants, unto his servants, the prophets.
That's it.
His servants.
His servants, man. Why? Because the servants got a job to do. Feed the flock, man. So we got to know the secrets. You got to know the teachers. You got to have the right breakdowns to teach the people. But a lot of you just don't got it, man. Folk, you don't, man.
Oh, shit.
Folk, you playing yourself, man. All right? You just need to stop, man. Like, here it is. You want, again, we use this with all of you scoffers. Y'all want us to get rid of everything we got and now start, we got to create a new sign under y'all's orders. Learn the sign and teach the people that, man. Listen, man, we too far into this, man. We at the end.
That's right.
We ain't got time for all that, but that's just all y'all, because y'all aren't a servant of the Lord, man. So the Lord is using you to be what? False servants.
He's revealing he's revealing you through your falsehoods.
You're a false prophet, man.
Oh well, if I can get a piece of this real quick.
Let him finish that up. You get a piece of
Okay, come on.
You done with that? Go ahead.
Okay, you done? Okay. This is Jeremiah.
And volcanoes is not a secret, nigga. That's not a secret.
Right. This is Jeremiah 28 and 9. It says, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass.
Oh yeah, Nate, you're the first name that come in my mind with that. You guilty of that. You said there ain't no microchip.
Ain't no Jacob's trouble.
You said ain't no Jacob's trouble. You just basically saying we just gonna coast. We just gonna coast into the kingdom, man. False prophet. Go ahead.
It says, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him.
Yeah. So the Lord is gonna make it known who his men are, and simultaneously who's not his men. He's gonna make great examples out of a lot of you, man.
Yep. And I say this to back up that scripture that I just read, okay? Because you know, the apostles and elders and us men in Great Millstone, you know, we get ridiculed for teaching that the mark of the beast is the microchip, right? But it's so much information coming out on the microchip being put into your right hand or your forehead to buy and sell. It's coming to pass. You know? Saying, but with the whole thing with the NWO, you know, New World Order concentration camps, okay? They was constantly getting on the coming board scoffing. Ain't no concentration camps. But within the last 5-10 years, J-Helm and all that stuff that came out was revealed. Crickets about there's no concentration camps. And the same thing is going to happen. Same thing's going to happen again with these other prophecies. Because what we're saying is coming to pass. But there's no way that what you guys are saying is going to come to pass because the Lord hasn't sent you.
First of all, I hate to call y'all, false prophets, really, because you don't prophesy.
Right.
Your whole ministry is based upon trying to debunk what we're saying.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right? But nevertheless, you're using your space that you should be prophesying, so you're using it falsely.
Yeah,
so you're still a false prophet, all right?
Yep.
Well, could you say, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully?
Yeah. Yep. Calm.
You know?
Yep.
But this is
Back in Sirach.
Yeah, back in Sirach 39:3. It says, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables.
Now we just read in Amos the 3rd chapter that the Lord said he give those secrets to what? His servants, the prophets. If you don't have the secrets, it's no in between. You can't be, this ain't like, Ancestry.com. You 10% profit.
I don't think that is ever.
20%
20% nigga.
nigga
30 rapper. You know what I mean? No, it don't work like that. Either you 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how Jake want to break down the attributes. I'm really like 5%. 5% preacher.
Yep.
I'm part rapper, and then I prophesy on the side. Like no.
You know what I'm saying? Part elder.
Either you hot or cold, like the brother said, or either you is or you ain't. All right, and the Lord is showing who ain't, man. Because you're supposed to be doing exactly what the hell we doing, man.
That's right.
Hitting these highways and byways, feeding the flock, and believing and enduring, man. That's what the servants are going to do, because that's what it's going into. Dark sayings.
That's right.
You gotta endure. Man, we didn't have to endure like the apostles and elders of old to get these breakdowns.
Yeah.
But at the same level, man, there was a lot of endurance that went into learning these things, man.
Yeah, retaining it and all of that.
Retaining it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like going back almost 10 years ago, man, like we were saying, going back to almost the Daily Motion days, man, the apostles and elders used to, man, we used to be like 4 hours on a breakdown.
But it's tweaking.
Shoot, we come back next week and finish.
Still moving right now.
Shoot, I remember when we first came in the truth, me and this brother, we used to still go to the library.
Yeah, we did.
And look for the books. Because that was when the elders was doing the breakdowns and they was bringing out all the different books to go into. So we had to go to the library. You didn't have a download app or PDF file.
I didn't even have a phone.
Yeah, you didn't have a smartphone.
You got one? Yeah, hold that. Let's got his precept.
This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 20. But ye have a unicorn,
An unction.
an unction. But ye have an unction.
You know?
Hey, it's all good.
Reread that.
This is bastardized English, man.
Yeah, reread that.
But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
Yeah, that's the service. We know-it-alls, man.
Hey, we got an unction from the unicorn, or this unicorn.
Yeah,
that's
unction from the
spirit.
unicorn. Unction from the unicorn.
Because again, like I said, going back, man, 10 years ago, back, man, on Daily Motion, man, when they used to do them studio lessons, man, then they'd be like a breakdown on Romans the 11th chapter, man. You write them scriptures down, you're gonna have 100 scriptures, man.
What?
Yeah.
That's how it was, but it ain't, it's a difference in game now. It's more fast paced now. So even the laboring was completely different of old. The apostles and elders, they didn't have an internet, they didn't have a Google search, they didn't have a Wikipedia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a true
Even
labor.
YouTube, what's the word I want to use? I said the word before, but the ability to watch things for long periods of time. Short
Attention span?
Attention span, yeah.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
the attention span of YouTube was a lot longer back then. It was
Yeah, it was.
I think what's that nigga Black Conscience?
Something like that?
No, Valentine. What's his name? Light skinned dude. Valentine or Valentine. He one of those.
Oh, Dr. Phil Valentine.
Phil Valentine.
Yeah, Phil Valentine. Yeah.
Man, I BS y'all not, man. I think he had a video at one time, man. That video was like 9 hours long. I was like, man, who the hell watching this? And a lot of niggas watched it.
I think the limit for YouTube right then to do a video was like 10 hours. You could do a 10-hour video.
And people would watch it.
Yep.
People will watch.
The whole
Not
thing.
no more. Man, if I see a video and it's man, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
If it ain't one of the apostles and elders and that video be over an hour, I'm gonna click
20
save
minutes
later.
tops.
What was they
If
say?
they the apostle and elders of certain videos,
Save later,
like,
not watch.
I got 20 minutes.
I got
Right.
a
Break it down in
bro,
20 minutes,
bro.
man.
That difference between 12 minutes and 15 be a
Yeah.
game breaker.
Like,
Man.
What?
It be like 15 minutes.
It was like, okay, but did you click a video for 12, 11?
12. All right, I can work with that, man.
Right?
That's just being real.
Yeah.
Like that's just being real.
I'm gonna be 100. My videos that I do, they're gonna be like 12-minute quick hitters.
That's it.
Because it's gonna hit the point and brothers can just resonate with it. But I'm getting straight to the point quickly.
That's it.
And because we coming to a time where it's gonna we coming straight to a point.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I first got in. Salakia for being long-winded.
You got it, brother.
I remember when I'm coming in, I literally sat down. I know all the brothers did this and watched that 3-4 hour, 5-8 part series Genesis
whole
breakdown.
camp
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
Made
the
the whole
entire camp.
From Shalom to Shalom.
From shalom to shalom.
I remember I would sit here and wait day by day for part 3 and 4 and 5 for the Atlanta camp to come out because y'all posted them day by day.
Matter of fact,
I was like, man, when's part 4 coming out?
Back then, yeah.
Yup.
And then the videos back then, because we used to chop our videos up sometimes like 20 minutes each.
Something like that.
So you would be on part 9, something like that, and you might have watched fucking 2.5 hours.
That was
worth
a
of
video.
content. But it didn't feel like that.
It didn't.
Nowadays, try to do that. You know?
I can't, man.
It's like
I
we just
can't.
live streaming once.
Yup.
Like you said, I'm the same way as you. Like again, like you said, when I go back to 3 years ago doing videos, I had that zeal of like, I want to make sure I break this down all the way.
Yep.
So you're gonna give every precept, every example, every historical point, everything you can, and it'd be an hour and 42 hours a minute. Man, now I'm gonna hit you with 2 precepts on this point and move on, man.
Sometimes one.
That's
I
one.
got one scripture.
You have that one series, the road rage. What is it? Road rage.
Road rage. Yep. Road rage of some prophesy. Yeah.
It's 10 to 12 minutes tops.
That's it.
That's
That's all I got for you.
Straight to the point.
Cause Jake don't listen.
Jake ain't gonna listen past that. Jake might click it for 4 minutes and click on.
Exactly.
And here it is. You done did. And you think you done said some profound stuff at minute 80. Ain't nobody got. Only you and the angels heard that.
Hey, I mean, you'll go on your YouTube page and you can see your average watch time.
Right. Yep.
You be doing our average 15-minute videos, and I'm speaking hypothetically. You do a 15-minute video, and your average watch time is 4 minutes. The fuck?
Yeah.
You just talking, man.
Right? Like,
Start doing videos like
right? Trying to be in tune. Like, you didn't watch it. I said that
Telling yourself off.
in minute 10, man.
Yes,
Yeah, I got this.
Attention span.
Because the brother had brought out the point in 1 John, how we all have a function to know all things. So it's something divine in us to get into the word.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Yeah, see, the studying is when you the scriptures talk about desiring a sincere milk, and when you a babe in this, man, a baby will stay on the tip, man. So when you in that phase of it, right, you just be eating. You know, eat. You know, you digest it, you burp a little bit, you right back to it, you sleep a little bit, but you got to go back to that milk. But then through the Spirit, the Lord is raising us up, man. You know, hey, it's men that, man, through the Spirit, man, really, men ain't even coming into camp no more if they on the milk, man. Hey, brothers, you young, but you can handle some meat. You know, because the Lord is raising us up to that point, man. Like, you got to be on a certain level, man. Hey, you got to be able to learn quick, be on your feet. You know, you got it, brother.
Hey, you're speaking straight truth. Because, you know, brothers who coming in, we don't have to go sit them down and teach them the 12 tribes anymore. No. Teach them the alphabet anymore. Teach them the prayers. We don't, because they've known it. Now, we got to teach them Daniel 12. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Second Ezra 16 and stuff.
And really, at this point, just teaching brothers how to move, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yeah.
You know, that's something that a lot of Jakes, because being on the highways and byways and being in the midst of the body, in most cases, is enough to eventually get hit to the wisdom, get hit to the doctrine. You know, but you know, in your day to day, in your background, those are some of the main points that you gotta know. Because it's a book, just know. You know, it's so much. It's a lifestyle. Being an Israelite is a lifestyle, man. It's not just having an understanding of Revelation, having an understanding of Daniel and things like that. Now that is important. We do drive home those points, and we get into all points in prophecy. But the layout of knowing how to move and maneuver as a man in this world and in that time, because at the end of the day, you know, when Jacob's trouble hit. And when these devastations hit, you know, a lot of precepts ain't even gonna matter to be honest.
Knowing the feathers of the eagle, man. 12 feathers. That is not gonna matter anything to you in a concentration camp.
Really the fundamentals, and just having a character based embodiment. You know, knowing that, having integrity, having endurance. Those type of faith, having those attributes, that's enough as it is. You know, that's all I want to say.
Come.
I was done with that. I'm looking for something else.
All right.
Because we was talking about the secrets.
Okay.
Talking about
this is Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure.
Yeah, that fear is the key. Because the fear is what keeps us in tracks, man, and doing exactly what we're doing, man. Like you said, anybody can come on the highways and byways and yell, but it's what you do. Hey, through the Spirit, man, this is the easy, listen, these hours right here, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you brothers will agree with me. Man, it's the easiest part of my week, man.
Yeah, it is.
If this 3 to 4 hours of time that we out here was my whole week, man, I'd be good. We leave hell to come to camp, have a break, to leave to go right back to the hell.
Exactly.
Like camp is a break.
Camp literally is a break, man. So this part of the ministry or this part of the walk is difficult to you, man, you gotta check yourself, man.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Now, go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 22.
Man, that shit gonna cause a car accident, man. See, this is why America gotta be destroyed, man.
That shit hurt my eye. Like,
You said where?
Look what it's promoting.
Everything bright in the camera.
Oh yeah, you
can
see
that
that
shit,
Oh, the
man.
rate, man. That's
Oh,
old
yeah,
ass
yeah,
club,
you can see
man,
it,
off the old National,
Yeah, man. Yeah, it probably.
It is. I took a nigga to that club, one of the old. Look at that. I'm like, man, this guy look like
No
OJ
fucking
the
sense,
Juice
man. God damn.
Yeah, Rafe goes into ghosts or a demon. Hey, it ain't nothing but dry bones and dead
That's the
niggas.
name of it, Rafe?
Rafe, yeah.
Cops need to stop that.
That shit is a distraction. Man. How the hell you gonna tell me or give me a ticket for my cell phone light and distraction? That shit is gonna cause somebody to hit a curve, man.
Right. Think you running into a billboard or something.
Hey,
Because you gonna notice it, you gonna look at it.
This place gotta
You
go,
know?
man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Yeah, these days is fun, man. Again, man. It's 2020. Man, we in 2020.
Yeah, you might as well say you in 2020.
Man, you got fucking 2 weeks. What?
Like, goddamn. Like, that's how I feel. Like, 2019 was. This was a blur, man.
It was half a year.
Quick.
Man, this was like 6 months. Yeah, like 6 months, man.
Damn, months of skipping. Did we even go?
Where the hell did summer go?
Yeah, I don't remember the summer.
All I remember, like I said, I remember the bishop came to pick me up, and we went to go do the New Year's Eve of destruction video, and Apostle revealed that it was a year of Charagma. And here we are waiting for what is next year.
Yep.
That's how fast.
That was 3 months ago.
I remember February,
Bro.
March, and I don't know what the hell.
I'll tell you, I don't remember.
I remember February, March,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
July, August,
You know?
and December.
Right. I don't remember September. I don't remember October. I barely remember November.
I don't remember February.
Shit, I do.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this thing went by fast. Imagine what 2020 gonna do,
did.
man.
Oh,
Bro, we already in some, man, you might as well start buying summer clothes.
shoot.
To be honest.
To be honest, if you ain't got winter clothes, bro, just give it up, man. Just start buying summer spring clothes, man.
Right.
Cause we're gonna be there before you know it, man.
Right.
All right, read that again.
We're gonna be eating the Passover soon.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
That's why the Lord is doing it, man. Cause Esau is what's the word? A diabolical demon, man.
Double D.
All right. You leave it up to him, man. He will destroy everything, man. Dr. Doom, Dr. what was it?
Dr. Doom.
Dr.
Evil from
Dr. Evil.
Austin Powers.
Dr. Evil.
What's the one from Batman? Not Dr. Strange.
Oh, Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze.
Nah, the one that was in the asylum.
Dr. Satan.
Yeah, all that, man.
Joker.
You remember he was in the Salem? He was an evil. Whatever. I have to look it up. On Asylum, on Batman, he was like the over. He was making all the people crazy.
Oh, you talking about Dr.
Was it Doctor Strange?
I think it was Dr. Strange.
He might have been another Doctor Strange. So yeah, that's Esau, man. Esau wants to do. If you leave it up to Esau's the ultimate coward too. These so-called white people, they will kill everybody just to kill themselves. So don't think that Esau, if he don't got a button of buttons to destroy everything. Like, oh yeah, we're going down. Hit, the last moment I'm dying, I'm gonna hit this button and destroy everything. That's Esau.
Esau has an extension of funds where the point. It ain't like the elites have to shoot niggas, man, or kill individuals one by one. They know how to destroy you, they know how to destroy worlds, man. A good movie to watch is the brother seen it when it came out, World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, I seen that.
where it shows that wizard that went world to world, and he used the little ogres and shit to destroy worlds. So he was he basically had the witches wand. That's the power that Esau has, man.
Esau is Darth Vader. That was the whole point of Star Wars. Darth Vader was going around destroying wars
with the
dark what was
Death.
it? What was it? The Death Star.
Death Star.
The Death Star. The Death Star was the size of a planet.
It just shot a laser beam, destroyed. It shows you that on Star Wars Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the movie, the Death Star just shot a beam and it blew up the entire planet.
Yeah, and the Jedis, they could feel it. They could feel in the spirit like, nah, something bad just happened. A lot of death just happened.
Yep.
So that's he's the ultimate Darth Vader. You know, he's a destroyer of worlds, man. So that's why the Lord got us shorten these days and gotta get us the hell out of there, man. That's why the only way out of it is up.
Yeah, literally.
Literally, the only way out of this situation is to be abducted by spacecrafts. Go ahead, brother.
As strange as it
Get
is.
this one.
Because when these missiles go off, when all this start really happening, man, you can't. There's no hole you can go into, no hill you can climb that's gonna hide you from this. You know, you got to.
This is Proverbs 15:24. The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath.
Yikes.
That's a cold.
That's a cold precept right there.
The only way is up, man.
Only way is up.
What
man.
was that?
What was that?
What was that? Yeah, read that again.
That was Proverbs 15.
That was a
24.
cold.
The way of life is above to the wise, that he
man.
may depart from hell beneath.
God
That's
damn.
a cold precept.
Yeah, we was reading Isaiah. That's a heavy one. Isaiah 13. Hell from beneath has come to meet thee, Esau. So the only way we're gonna be able to get out of this hell that's for you, we gotta go up.
We gotta go above.
Ain't no going to Egypt. Ain't no going to Israel.
That's lateral movement.
That's exactly.
Exactly.
That's
That's beautiful. Exactly. That's lateral movements, man. All right, we gotta go up.
You gotta make vertical.
Yes,
Hold on. I just had to open this.
They gotta go up, man. That's the only way out of here, man. And the Lord gotta shorten these. That's the strangest of it. The Lord is literally shortening days.
Oh yeah, literally.
He's literally that is strangeness of salvation in itself right there. The Lord said, hey, he's shortening it up, man.
That's already mid-December.
Yep.
Bro, like you said, the dynamics of this truth has changed in so much in these few years. You could have told me. I remember us being at Woodrow Park, man, the weekend when the Boston Marathon.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
When the
that.
Boston Marathon,
That weekend?
terroristic attack happened.
Yeah.
That we was like, oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah,
they had
martial law trucks
martial
out
law and tanks in the streets.
It was going door to door.
We was like, oh, this is it right here.
Yep.
You know, but here we are. And it don't even feel like it's been like 7 years, 6-7 years since that. It don't feel like that. You think I bet if you really ask the apostles, bro, does it feel like it's been 19 years since 9/11? For you in the truth sake? Come on, man. The Lord is shortening this thing up, man. We already, if we here and we endure, we already at this point next year. We already at the end of this year next year, man. We already lived it. It's already happened.
It's already written.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, through the Spirit, that's why we got to endure. Because as things speed up, it gets harder. You ever remember back in the day, you brothers play Street Fighter? You had regular Street Fighter, and you had Street Fighter Turbo, right? You had to be super nice and to play the Turbo because what? The fireballs was coming faster, the reactions was happening faster, so your skill set had to be on a point to be able to run them speed runs. So it's the same thing with this and now. Like, yeah, brothers don't gotta labor as heavy as we had to do, or the apostles and elders, but you better have quick feet. You gotta be quick on your feet. You gotta be fast. You gotta be able to endure. You gotta come in with some endurance. You know? You got something?
Yep. This is Ecclesiastes 36:7. It says, I'm reading verse 6. It says, show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. raise up indignation and pour out wrath.
And 2020 is that's what 2020 is going to do, the spirit, man. You know, 2020 is another spiritual number, man. When you go to the optometrist, which is your eye doctor.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that.
You want to. That's clear vision.
2020
vision is where you have perfect vision.
That's right.
So everybody gonna see it, man. All right. Through the spirit, it's something dynamic gonna happen. Like you said, new wonders, man.
Yeah.
220s is 42. And 40 is a heavy.
That's a heavy number. Heavy number in the scriptures. The Lord made it rain 40 days, 40 nights. He fasted 40 days. You know.
Yep.
These are heavy signs, man.
40 years in the wilderness.
Yep.
That's a heavy spiritual number.
All right. So new things is coming that's gonna just make it where it's like, nah, man. This ain't science right here, man. Nah, Elon Musk, you ain't as smart as you say you are, man. Nah, this is the hand of the hand of God right here.
That's right.
This is the power of Israel right here. I was watching a clip from The Mist, and in the movie The Mist, when that lady was talking, the guy was going into the fact of how The Mist they were messing with dimensions and opened up a door.
Yep.
And different things came. That's where those monsters came from when they opened up a dimension.
Stranger Things.
You keep seeing these.
Esau's messing with shit.
Esau is always, he's giving you sight. He's showing you. But what's gonna happen through the spirit, man? Next year, hey, Paradox.
Oh yeah,
Cloverfield, man.
Yep.
Cloverfield Paradox.
Yep.
Just things, just weird things. Like the man arm got stuck in the wall.
It got cut off.
It got cut off.
Running around.
His hand was just smooth off, just running around through the ship and everything, man.
Yep.
And Wisdom of Solomon, what? Aberrations.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
These are the things that's gonna come to pass, man.
Somebody know letting in a big boy demon, man.
Ooh, oh man.
Letting in a whole.
Shoot, might see Leviathan. You never know. Leviathan. Hey man. Hey.
And
what's that Godzilla movie that came out? That was
that came out. So they got another one coming out next year.
See,
I gotta catch that.
Man, you gotta watch the Godzilla's on the anime.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah,
you gotta watch that.
Them things.
So you gotta pay attention.
Yeah,
but
you gotta read it.
Them things.
Hey, you know, you gotta. Sometimes subs you gotta be.
Godzilla took over the world.
You gotta be on point, like
watching a movie and reading.
You can't be going on your phone with shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, but that through the spirit, the Lord gonna let Esau do some shit like that, man. And we're gonna see it. That's gonna be those new wonders, man.
Yep.
Like we were saying earlier, man, we've never seen a demon, a flying demon come through a dimension and it's just here.
Never know.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. What we know through the spirit is you can't put no limitation on your how about shit.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so Esau going, man, this devil here, man. I hope he crashed that shit, man. I'm sorry, man. Just being proud, man. Go ahead, man.
All right, this is, it says, raise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
He's going to ready.
And destroy the enemy. We in the time of the destruction of our enemies, man. All right, and Esau, you are enemy. You are our enemy number one, man.
Yep.
We are tired of looking at you pasty ass crackers, as the brother said.
like Jake said, walking down the street.
Nigga, goddamn devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the spirit of the
He was
devil.
rebuking them. We didn't even have to say that.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was like, hey, that's a spirit,
All
right?
they had to do was say Esau.
Rebuke your ass off the block.
And we the nice guys, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So when the Lord say He put that spirit of rebuke and there's a bull in a net, that's an example of that, man.
Yep.
Imagine he's a bull. He is literally a bull in a net. He ain't thinking about giving it to you smooth and sweet with savory and salt. Nah, he just gonna curse you out and probably beat the shit out of you. Because he's in that energy.
Yep.
And through the spirit, it's gonna be men like that that's gonna be in our corner, man, protecting us, ready to die for the men of the Lord, man. And they gonna be laying, they gonna be kicking ass, man, and taking numbers.
They ain't gonna be worried about death as long as they can get a cracker.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's all they care about.
Let me take 5 of them out. Take my life. Straight sacrifice out here.
That's it, man. What?
It says, make the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wondrous works.
Esau, you say that you want to ascend into heaven and be as the Most High. Well, nigga, slow this time down. Yeah, can you white people slow time down?
Right.
Slow the day down. Make the day longer. Make the sun stay up 3 days as the Lord did.
Yep.
You can't control time like that. That's the one thing that is against your ass. In the spirit world, the Lord got a spiritual sand hour clock. Yep, you cannot add on to it, man. Many. All right. So as soon as that last speck of sand go through it, that grain, it's on sight. All right, you can't turn it back over.
Nope.
Turn it sideways and say, what are you gonna do now? No, nigga. That's it. So the Lord is shortening your days because he's tired of your white ass, man.
That's right.
The Lord is tired, man. Cause we tired. How much more this homosexual shit we gotta deal with?
Man, I'm about to say,
go ahead and wrap up, man. There's just certain things that just like, this man just get the meanest U-turn. That's how you know those were devils, man. Oh, yeah. A nigga would have got shot.
I take it back.
By a random bullet from Flight 1.
A fucking helicopter would have shot your ass, man, telling you to pull over.
No, you already got 5 stars.
Like, god damn.
Fuck.
The pride, man. That was vanity. And that was pride at a high level right there.
Everybody give a goddamn about his car in Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially in Atlanta, right? Everybody.
You need to go to the country or something.
You gotta take your ass to Columbus.
That's what he said.
You got niggas that got one car that's 30 of those cars. Hit right here. Hey, he saw us through, man. All right, so we could go ahead and close up. Anybody got any holding precepts that want to close up on?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's it, man. So like the scriptures were saying, the Lord is shortening these days up. Just that's where Colossians come in, where you got to be rooted, man.
That's right.
Because it's moving fast, but you got to make sure that you're rooted in your beliefs and hold fast. Because it's going to be a lot of things that's going to happen, that's going to try, like you read. If it be so, even the very elect would be deceived, man.
That's right.
So something going to happen where it's going to test all of our belief system to the 10th power. It might have brothers that arguing. Like, nah, I don't know about this, bro. But you got to be in the spirit. All right, so with that, we're going to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.
Recording that TV.